Start all. Did that a bit out of order compared to how I normally do it. Probably be alright though. Huh. Right? Weird, I don't see Twitch streaming. This is weird, like it's like the reverse of normal. Oh, okay. Streaming. This is weird, like it's like the reverse of normal. Oh, okay. Twitch streaming. This is weird, like it's like the reverse of. Okay. Never mind, everything is working. It was just a little delayed. Normally, YouTube is the one that's delayed to get started, and then Twitch is instant, but this time it flipped, which was odd. But I also did start everything in reverse order. But you wouldn't expect it to matter, because what I was starting in reverse order was my local recording. Instead of recording my local recording last, I did it first. I don't know what would have anything to do with it. Couldn't possibly, but, you know, technology is technology sometimes. Alright. I think we are about ready. Have anything else to do? I should be okay. It's recording locally. Alright, yeah, okay. Alright, I think we're good. What's up, guys? I'm the Blue Titan, and welcome back to another episode of Darkest Dungeon. So the last time we were here, we just grinded some dungeons. We didn't have a heck of a lot when it came to, you know, major events, but we did do the normal, which is just gather some resources and try to put ourselves in a position to eventually go take out the tier 3 bosses, or I guess the middle tier bosses. But we're also poised and ready for what looks like a trip to the Crimson Courtyard, which is what we're going to be talking about here in a second. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do my intro. So if you'd like to see content like this in the future, anything that's long form, anything that's a lot of high amounts of just me talking, high variance, not a lot of edits, you can head over to the Blue Titan Gaming VODs. And if you want to see higher, tighter, more quality edited content that's faster paced and there's not as much outtakes, head over to the Blue Titan Gaming to see content like that. But either way, we're going to get right into it. So the last time we were here, like I said, we had some regular missions, and that's what we're going to continue more of. So I look at my team comp right now and I see that I have a larger cohort of guys that have the Crimson Curse than last time. And so far we've pretty well avoided this mini-game. The mini-game being having to deal with people that need blood in between missions and people that are sucking blood out of your resources, literally and figuratively, while in the mission as well. But now that we're closer to a larger group of guys, like 5 people, as I said, I think the math is like once every 3 weeks, one person will take 1 blood. So you got to think about the ratio as 3 people equals 1 blood a week, right? So now we're looking at almost 2 blood a week. That's a little unsustainable long term. And so now I'm thinking more about going and doing a mission that relates to fighting off the Crimson Curse. Now, what I'm saying about that is, generally speaking, out here on the Crimson Courtyard, I don't go to the Crimson Courtyard if I don't have a number of people that really necessitates going there. Right, the Crimson Courtyard as a location is highly likely to infect you with the Crimson Curse. Big surprise. And so I just avoid that unless I have people that already have it, right? Which is, I think, kind of the way it's supposed to be, but I don't know. This is the way that I kind of eventually kind of started thinking about it more. Because if you can avoid the people that have the Crimson Curse, and then you can go out and do all these other missions for a while and kind of gather some resources, then you'll be better off when you do go do the Crimson Curse, right? Oh. Hey, Cole. Yeah, so I guess he is here. Yeah, so I'm going to be trying to, if I can, go through a Crimson Curse mission here, or a Crimson Courtyard mission, because so far we've pretty well avoided that, and this will be the first time we've actually gone to one of those missions that wasn't, I guess, that's not strictly speaking true. We did visit there once, because we wanted to go and take out the Crocodilian, but now we're going to go back to a Courtyard mission, because we have 5 guys now with the Crimson Curse, and we need to kind of slow that, because we are now at a point where we are eating through some of this blood. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about team composition. In this case, I'm literally just thinking about bringing people who actually have the curse. If you were to draw it up perfectly and be able to choose who you want to bring here, generally speaking, it's a good idea to bring people who can bleed to this location, because the people who, well, actually, I don't know if I've spent a lot of time talking about this. I've kind of hinted at it, but you should just know the Weald, the Warrens, and the Courtyard, so this little middle alley of 3 locations, these are the locations that you want to bring people that are good at bleeding. The Ruins, the Cove, and the Farmstead are the places where you want to bring someone who uses, you know, Blight. Well, Farmstead's kind of a weird animal, but for sure the ruins and the cove. The farmstead, the enemies change all the time, so. But either way, bleeding is very strong in the Weald and the Warrens, but it is very strong in the courtyard location, so bring bleed if you can. Now, that said, that makes Renee a good candidate here, because the Jester does like to cut, and this does a lot of damage. It bleeds for a lot. And when I say the enemies like to be bled, what I mean is they're highly resistant to blight. In some cases, 80% resistant. In some of my first fights there, I saw that. I don't remember if the crocodilian necessarily was really resistant to it, but we know because we've run into multiple times over. We've run into the mosquitoes and the, like, I don't know what they're called, the head crab looking guys. Those guys are really annoying, and you can't deal with them with any form of blight. So we try to avoid blight if possible. So looking at this comp, that's kind of nice. We don't have any blight guys in this list of 5, so that makes that problem kind of irrelevant here. But looking at the comp that we have a level 4, a level 3, a level 3, 2. Yeah, we have all level 3s and a level 4 we could bring with us. Now, I'm going to bring this level 4 with us for 2 reasons. One, because he's stronger than the other guys, just flat out, but also because he does have the ability to remove, he has the weakening curse, right? He's also a healer, which is also not trivial. Bringing this guy will allow us to weaken the armor of those super tanky, blood guys, and let us be able to do damage with our Crusader as well as any other frontliner we choose. We could also, in this case, we could bring Evil or we could bring Ligonier. Now, either one of them is reasonable to bring here. Bringing a second healer is fine, especially considering she's a actual healer in the sense that, not like a Vestal, but she can heal in a way that doesn't put your guys possibly on death's door or do something that you don't expect. But really, I think power level wise, we're kind of looking for some damage. This guy can deal solid damage to one target. This guy can deal solid damage to a single target, but he's more of a stunner than anything. I think we're looking almost like we're going to be bringing Evil, which is funny because I believe this is almost the comp, at least, maybe not exactly the comp, but almost the comp we brought last time. What was the difference? Oh, I think we have Bondeville with us. Yeah, I think this is almost the comp we had in our last mission at the very last episode, which is funny. They were the team that if you just switched these 2 guys around, they had 2 different names. It was like the Metal something. I don't remember. I'd have to look at that. Maybe I can actually, do I have a, I do. Yes. Okay, this guy will get his thing out of the way. The Metal Before Madness. And he's got to give me his warning that he can't do this mission. I know that. Switch these guys around. The Covenant. Okay, yeah, I was right. Yeah, this is the comp that we had before, almost. Except we're switching it out, and instead of bringing the Bounty Hunter, we're probably going to be bringing Evil here. Now, what this will do is it'll make it so that we have a lot of damage. Like, we have a solid amount of damage, a solid stunner and a solid huge damage dealer. We also have a guy that can bleed somebody out, and we also have a guy that can remove armor. This guy back here is going to be spamming Weakening Curse and heals, because the Weakening Curse is going to guarantee that these guys can do their flat, huge amounts of damage, and they need that help, because their damage is not penetrative in any capacity. Now, defensively, you could also bring a person here whose entire kit revolves around dealing piercing damage or bleed, but right now we're just trying to bring people who are reasonable to bring here, level-wise, level 3s and level 4s, right? We need that because this is an orange mission. But also, we want to bring people who have the Crimson Curse so that they can actually, be together, and we can have a justification for wasting an entire slot in our inventory of just the blood. Because normally it's annoying to bring one person with you that has the blood with you or 2, because if you bring just one, then you have to dedicate an entire slot to the blood to make sure that they're supplied. You can risk it and only just bring one, and then the second they're thirsty, give it to them and then just run on empty the rest of the mission. But I just assumed that they would die, which is wild. But what I do know, though, continuing on here, is there is something to be said about bringing 2 people or more at normal missions, because when you normally bring 2 people, 3 people on a normal mission, it's a pain, because the enemy will do things like the enemies that you'll run into will include the Fanatic, right? So when you go up against the Fanatic, that's going to happen whenever you have 2 or more people with a Crimson Curse, but it only happens on the 4 main locations. So forgive me, my brain's a little clouded. I took a nap earlier and it's a little harder to form normal sentences. Yeah, so what I'm saying here, though, is these 4 locations in the game, the Cove, the Ruins, the Warrens, the Weald, the main 4 horsemen of the game, as it were, all of those locations can spawn the we just said his name, the Fanatic, right? But the Fanatic cannot spawn outside or in the courtyard normally, and so what we do is we try to bring our 4 people with the Crimson Curse with us to that location, so that we actually have a way that we can also level them, but also an opportunity for them to kind of get the blood that they need. Because this location also drops blood more likely, right? Because this location will have the sycophants and like the whatever characters who all have the Chevalier we just saw a minute ago, all the people who are like blood oriented, essentially insectoid enemies. So we are going to go to this location. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the team comp and like their strengths and things of that nature, because it's more of like these guys are 2 tanks and 2 guys that are backliners, and we're just going to bring them because they have the Crimson Curse. It's going to be pretty straightforward why I'm doing it. As far as item decisions go, I think this is probably defensible to just bring in the Paralyzer's Crest and the Surgical Glove. Just let him stick on, stun duty. The Leper was not with us last time, so I'm going to give him the Leper's Mask, which is always a solid item. Extra crit, extra speed. Less healing does suck, but he's probably fine anyway, because these enemies don't do enormous amounts of damage. It's more like they do... they don't do enormous amounts of damage. It's more like they do stress damage. So really what I want to make sure I do is that I actually have the ability to hit for sure, and then afterwards have the ability to kind of recover slowly over time, which really this guy can do. And I think he doesn't have heal built in. No, he already has Solemnity built in, so we're fine. But we could also buy those things anyway, so it would be trivial to buy them if we needed. We do need to level this guy up, though, in terms of his actual skills, because he wasn't with us last time, so he didn't get a round of level ups on his abilities like everybody else did. Alright, is there anything else I want to bring? Anti-stress sounds good here. So having the light or the bright tambourine is good here. Something that you should know, this is actually not a trivial thing, a very important thing for a player who's never fought on the Crimson Courtyard. The Crimson Courtyard is considered bloodlight. Bloodlight is not normal daylight, it's not normal torchlight, whatever you want to call that, right? Because you're outside and you're not in a dungeon, the sun is always out, it's bloodlight, whatever. It is always considered above, it's always considered 100 torchlight. That's not trivial, right? When you are on this mission, any item that has torchlight above a certain amount will be always on, which also means that any item that's like torchlight is 0 is bad. You don't ever bring it here; it doesn't turn on. So these items will be perpetually useful. So they have a higher use here, which is great. So I've got an item here that does that. I've got 3 items right now on people that actually are better because we're on a location that's perpetually light. So because of that, I'm also going to consider switching over to another item, see if there's any other items I have that are related to that. Well, it doesn't look like we do. I might actually just get rid of this Occultist's Incense, because I don't think we're going to be struggling to hit the enemy with debuffs. He's got a really high target chance, and these aren't bosses anyway. What I might do is just flat out give him the ability to de-stress with like a solar crown here. Just decreases stress. His main focus is going to be healing people, and I don't want him to go over the edge through, stress. Now, you could defensively say, well, why not double up on his heal by bringing something like Junia's Head or some other thing that increases his flat heal. This guy already heals a lot, guys. I mean, obviously he has low lows, but he has high highs already. So giving him 30% higher on a 34 crit hit is just going to overheal a person for a lot, and they're not going to get any noticeable difference in heal quality. It doesn't do anything except add extra stress for no extra gain. I'm not doing that. So what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to and think about like the items that he's already got and say, okay, what could I do to minimize the stress, because that's the axis on which I'll get attacked the most on this mission, right? This location is filled with those mosquitoes and filled with all kinds of guys that just increase the stress incidentally, right? Jester does a really good job against that. He's got his little lute that he plays, and I affectionately call it a banjo all the time because it's funnier to call it that. So we're going to go with the old banjo clown, and after that we're going to think about ways we can minimize stress across bodies. And I think really, running with items that help stun, this is not decreasing stress, these items, but they're conservative items that help us land stuns, deal a larger amount of damage, and then also land our main attacks. Right? None of these abilities are items increase stress, right? They don't give you more stress. These items actually decrease stress. This one gives plus 20% or plus 10%. This offsets it by 10%. So I think these are probably the items I would want to go with. Now, normally you'd want to look at items like, I don't think I actually took the items off my previous character. That was... I'm not going to remove everything from everybody, because if I do that, it removes it from these 4. I think it was Bondeville. Yeah, Bondeville has the Ancestor's Candle. and he has Dismiss Head. Dismiss Head is an insane item, a great item, one of the best items in the game, probably. And that's objectively speaking, not my hot take. I think that this one is, you're going to rarely find a person that disagrees that this item is good, because 25% damage for minus 10 max health is not really a trade. I'd take that every day of the week, everybody would. The difference is, though, that the 20% stress matters a lot on this mission, and I don't want to take, 6 whenever I take 5. That's a lot here. Ancestor's Candle is a reasonable one, though, right? Because the torch is always above, so I might reconsider this one item. I could see taking this over something like maybe the Berserk Mask. Let's think about that for a second here. Oh, I gotta take it off of him, don't I? Yeah, let's remove it before I forget him. Alright, plus 15% damage is it. Now, if torch is above 50 is irrelevant. We're on the Crimson Courtyard. It will be on at all times. Bloodlight is sunlight. Alright, 15%. That actually sounds like a funny little, TM. Bloodlight is sunlight. Plus 2 speed, plus 5 dodge. Pretty reasonable. I could see bringing that instead of one of these items, 15 dodge, plus 5 dodge. The only problem is he can't be stunned. Nobody really stuns on this mission. There's a few people, but not as much. Stun's not really that big of a deal. It's the stress that's annoying here, but he's already taking plus 20% stress skills. Let's switch the Ancestor's Candle here. It makes him faster. It lowers his dodge by 10. This one's giving him 15 dodge. But the extra 15% damage will matter if he's our off damage dealer in the fight, because the other guys... I'm considering whether or not I'd rather have that item than the surgical gloves, say, on the... No, I think I like what I have here. The camouflage cloak, it's really close between the Ancestor's Candle and the camouflage cloak here. I really don't know. Would you consider the Jester's stress skills? He reduces stress and his tambourine buffs that skill. Yeah, I do. That's kind of what I was thinking about a minute ago, is the Jester's... The reason I'm bringing this dude is because he's really strong at removing stress. And honestly, I don't know how much I care about him dealing damage, so much as just being able to dodge when he's needed. So I am going to go ahead and change my mind back on this, because with this really doubles up on his dodge mechanic. See, he's already got 25 base dodge because of armor level, right? But then you add on to that whenever the sun is above, or I guess the torch, I keep saying the sun because this location's outside. Whenever the torch is above 75, he'll get plus 15. So in this case, he's going to be perpetually sitting on 40 dodge the whole mission. I know I looked that up years ago. That's a core memory from playing this game. Now I'm sitting here going, how dumb am I going to look if I get into this mission and I find out that these items don't do anything? Let me make sure I'm not crazy. Is blood light 100% torchlight? I'm going to make sure. I just have to check this to make sure I'm not crazy. No, not... I googled that and it came up and it says UV flashlight for blood trail trafficking. No, tracking on /r/hunting on Reddit. Not what I'm looking for. Darkest Dungeon. This is so funny. Yes, bloodlight mechanically counts as radiant light. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm not crazy. It's been a long time, but I was pretty sure. All right, yeah. So yeah, we're good. I think this is the team comp we're gonna go with. We just have to make sure that we level our guy up and we our leper, and we want to make sure that we bring blood so that these guys aren't all starving simultaneously and immediately end our mission before we even get started. So I'll certainly increase the power of Chop. Chop is our bread and butter. It's just going to instant kill enemies. We hope. And then after that, really, I don't really have anything else I care too much about. Withstand might be a good one if we run into a... we could run into a crocodilian again. So maybe we bring a few abilities that help with that. I don't really care about Purge so much because I believe that our... Yeah, we've already got the Purge ability on Daemon's Pool, and we're probably going to be using Demon's Pool, whatever you want to say. Demon's Pool actually is probably better here than Purge because I guess Purge does hit the frontliner. Damage... Yeah, okay. Having either one of them have that flex is probably okay. I don't know. I don't really have anything ability-wise that I care too much about on this. Extra accuracy, extra crit, extra damage taken. Maybe I set up with Revenge here and get ready in case we have to fight against a Crocodilian. Now, you got to remember, the problem with this is the Crocodilian is in the last slot. And this does put us in a spot where it's like, what does the leopard do against the crocodilian? The answer is not a lot. Like, he can force the enemy to, you know, he can withstand, and then he can start healing himself on the turns when the crocodilian isn't nearby. And I guess technically speaking, maybe the occultist can pull the crocodilian, which actually is a pretty clever way of fighting him, because if you can pull the crocodilian out of the middle 2 slots, I think that removes most of his damage threat, because the crocodilian does his submerge attacks where he attacks and does a lot of damage out of the middle 2 slots. So that actually is a funny way of fighting against a crocodilian I've never even thought about, was moving him out of those 2 locations. So maybe we do level that one up. Elsewise, I'm not really too bothered by anything else. I don't really care about much else here. We do remember that I think we can stun the crocodilian, so that is worth thinking about. But again, he'd have to be in the first 2 slots, so having the ability to move him with... This might actually end up being a more powerful Demon's Pull mission than I've seen in a while. Of course, it doesn't matter if he's in slot 2, it won't affect him. But if he's in slot 2, everybody can reach him, so it doesn't matter. Okay, this is actually pretty fun. That might actually be a really good combination of abilities. I hadn't even thought about that. Okay, cool. Cool. Just wondering what my thoughts on the skill are. I assume you're talking about his stress removal ability. Yeah, so his stress removal ability is probably the best in the game. If you don't count the Hound's Howl ability, the Houndmaster's Howl ability, that ability is it's unreliable. If it hits, it can be better, but it's unreliable. The Jester's stress reliever ability is just, it's gas. It's so good. It's awesome. It's one of the best abilities in the game by my estimation. Not to mention the fact that not only is it deep, it's not just removing stress now, it's removing future stress from hitting that same target, because it lowers their stress resistance, or you know what I mean? It lowers their current stress and increases their future stress resistance. And then it also, incidentally, just happens to add damage to his eventual finality. I think Inspiring Tune is a loaded ability. It has a lot going on. Make sure I give people armor increases if we can on their current things. Okay, they're ready to go. I think they're as ready as we can possibly be. And then item-wise, we're stacked too. I think we're just going to go. We're ready to go. I'm ready to go do a mission here. So again, as I said, as much as I am interested in getting this item, we've seen this week after week after week. The Lioness Warpaint the Lioness Warpaint. This item, it's been the same item in the stack this entire time. It's never rotated with week. I think it's either one of 2 things. Either one, it's going to rotate every time you go to this location, or 2, it's going to be the item you get at this location no matter what. I can't tell, because most weeks every other location changes. Right? Almost every week, every other location changes the items that are available that you could possibly roll. But this week, this location appears not to, and it's kind of interesting. I've never seen that in any other location, so I'm curious as to why that is. But this is where we're going, so it'd be nice to get the Baron's Lash. We're probably not going to be able to get that. This plus 75 debuff resist, right? Plus 75%. Remember, in this game, when I say 75%, it's honestly the same thing. I don't know why in some cases they chose to make it so that, like, your accuracy is like plus 10, it's plus 10% chance to hit. So I don't know why they in some cases it's flat number, some cases it's not. Like, max health being not a percent makes sense. Dodge doesn't, because dodge is subtracted off of accuracy to find out the percent chance that they hit. So this is also a percentage, which is kind of, it's interesting. Same way, see, protection's in percentages, but dodges aren't. It's kind of weird, even though they're calculated similarly. I know, it's kind of a weird design choice. You don't have... Oh yeah. So another thing is when you go to the courtyard, you will be consuming one of these Baron's invitations, of which we have 5, and that's nice because we got 2 in the last mission because we ended up fighting against 2 guys that had blood. 2 of those little guys that run around and screech, and then they're carrying a Baron's invitation. They're pretty obvious who they are when you run into them. They're the only enemy beside the head crab looking guys and the mosquitoes that you run into outside the Crimson Courtyard early. But we killed a few of those guys, so this is where we're going, and yes, we are going to consume a Baron's invitation. Still embark. We're going to bring the blood with us. I'm going to bring a full stack, probably, of 6, because these guys are all going to be needing it, and we'll also find some more. I have no problem bringing 2 stacks of blood back from this mission. That's kind of what the purpose of this mission is to get in there and try to get rid of the Crimson Courtyard Curse, Crimson Curse, whatever, same thing. This location's also strange because food, still strong, but torches don't do what you're used to doing. So because the location is a dungeon, or because the location is not a dungeon, the torches don't do what they normally do, which is you normally use it to bring up the light. This location, whenever you consume a torch, it just flat out gives your guys +3 accuracy, I think it is, during the next combat. during the whole next fight against whatever boss. So bringing torches is actually just a random buff in your fights, because it's always full torchlight. Shovels are still good to use. I usually try to bring, 3 or 4 of them, because you've got pots and random, rubble that you always have to take down. I'm not super impressed by like anti-venoms here, because there's not a lot. I mean, there is poisons, but it's not as prominent. What's more likely the case is a bandage need, because we'll get bled. I mean, you do get poisons, don't get me wrong. You'll get, I guess technically, you'll get blighted? Let's just say that. I'll avoid that word. I don't even know how you take the word toxic and make it a verb. Intoxicated, which is an odd double meaning. But yeah, I don't really think anti-venom is that necessary, because the only enemy that I can remember at this location that actually has the ability to infect you with that is the head crab guys. I need to get their name, because I need to stop calling them as the head crab guys. It's a bit of a dated reference too for anybody that's watching this that hasn't played a game like Portal or like any of the old Orange Box games. It's funny. I guess head crabs weren't in Portal, but whatever, who cares. Medicinal herbs are always decent. Oh, I already have a few of those. That's right, because you get a free one because of the leper. I need to remember that. So we're good there. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're like, why are you bringing 8,000 food? Because at this location, it's not a normal mission. Like, you're incentivized to stay there as long as possible and to push as far as possible to gain as many, to cross as many rooms as possible, because this mission is an epic mission, right? So it says up at the top, right, where it says veteran. Right above the bandages, it says veteran, and to the left of that, it says epic. This is the longest mission type that's in the game. It's a mission that you go there, you fight it, and then as far as you make it, you eventually just call it a day, you quit, and then you come back and you pick up where you left off. So we want to push as far and as long as we can. And to do that, I'm going to bring extra extra food. Otherwise, I don't really have a lot else that I care to bring. I brought the shovels. I brought torches. You could make an argument for a few other things here, but I don't really care. I'm bringing 8 torches for 8 fights. The map is different than all the other maps I know. As far as I know, yeah, it is. So this is going to be a fun one, because I don't think we've really done one of these before. All right. I think we're about as good as I mean, I could bring another skeleton key. There's no real downside to bringing an extra one. How many? Okay. Yeah, I'll bring 6 bandages. I'm really maybe an anti-venom, but not many more than that. I'm just overprotecting myself from bleed, because I know we have Mr. I was gonna say Mr. Hemophiliac, but that's exactly the opposite of what he is. Hemomaniac. Mr. likes to bleed you and pretend he's helping you. No, but honestly, his heal's insane here, so it's going to be really good, especially considering we have 2 major tank characters. I mean, 45 health and 43 health. He's going to be able to do some work for us here. But that's another reason why we're bringing the food, too, is to kind of offset the fact that this guy can bleed. Nightmare scenario is you end a mission, and you end a fight against an enemy. One of your guys is still bleeding, and you have no ability to remove the bleed. Then you can still give them food to kind of offset it. Oh, I guess you're not camping. No, you don't camp in this location. It's an epic mission. You do... Oh, I should have said something about that. That's a fantastic comment. The epic missions are, as far as I know, only on the courtyard. The courtyard is also very unique in the sense that you don't camp. But, and this is super weird, even though you don't camp, you are incentivized to do all the things you would normally do on a mission related to camping, like make sure you bring extra stress relief, make sure you bring extra food, make sure you think about the fact that as the mission goes on, you're going to slowly run out of resources, that early you really can't take everything you see because you don't have the slots. And then there's one other really unique thing about the courtyard. The courtyard is a location. You don't just get firewood to sleep. But weirdly, at any location at the courtyard, you can find firewood. You did hear me right there. Firewood is an item that you can find, and then you can camp if you happen to find one. Right? You just can't control it. So that's really strange. Can you manually put out the light, though? There is no light on the courtyard. The courtyard is not a light location. It is perpetually in blood light, meaning it is always considered at all times to be above torchlight 75. It is always at exactly 100. It is considered a radiant light at all times. it's blood light. You're in front of like the red blood sun. So you're always going to be getting value out of your items that have a torch light above a certain amount. Otherwise, I don't really think there's a lot I care about. We actually, I should have probably thought about camping skills, even though we can't guarantee camp, because the reality is if we do find a firewood, we could use it. But in this particular case, we do have Mockery, which is really good, a good stress reliever, so we're probably fine there. And then we've also got this guy who's got 2 stress relievers. This guy's got a huge stress reliever on himself as well as a teammate. We've got stress relief covered for days. Yeah, even the guy who usually stresses people out has got stress relief for himself and others. Yeah, we're good. All right, stress is not going to be our problem here. It's just going to be status elements. I think we can go. I might even bring, a few more torches. Just remember, as soon as a mission... Oh! Yep, that's fine. I accidentally went back. That's no big deal. And then I brought all the food. Is there a way to... Oh, if you hold shift, you can grab the whole stack fast. Look at that. I didn't know that. I guessed from all my years of playing Minecraft. Alright. I don't remember exactly what we brought last time, but I think I had 6 of these, and I said I was going to bring a whole stack of blood, for sure. And then after that, I just want to have the nightmare situation happen where I don't bring something because we left, and then I didn't remember to grab everything. Shovels for sure, I want to bring a whole stack of that. Might even bring 1 extra shovel. I didn't care about the anti-venom. I think this is what we had, right, guys? Like, I think this is it. Shovels, we already had the anti-venom, we already have the bandages, we already have the medicinal herbs, yep, we have the skeleton keys we need, holy water, we could bring, I'll bring 2 of those. I mean, gathering some extra information on what they can interact with is always good. I think this is it. I think this is it. I think we're good. I need to stop because a second ago I kicked us out of there. Let's go. So torches are only for curios in this case. Yes and no. You say, can you manually put out the light? No. In the dungeon, can you extinguish the light? Can you extinguish the light? I already covered that. You already know the answer to that. But you said, so torches are only for curios in this case. No. So you might have missed that when I was talking earlier. The curios, there are some curios that interact with the torch, but the primary purpose of a torch on this mission is to be consumed between battle. You just immediately use it as soon as the battle ends, because it will give your characters +3 accuracy for the entire next fight. So between battles, I will just immediately consume a torch, and all my guys will get extra accuracy for the next fight. I don't know why that makes any sense. Maybe, I guess canonically, like, you could say, like, lore-wise, to justify it, maybe your guys are setting their weapons on fire between fights. But the other reason is probably mechanically because when they designed the game, Red Hook Studios, I think that's the creators of the game, Red Hook Studios. When they created the game, I think their mindset was, we don't want players to have a feel bad where they go in there and they have 8 torches, and after being trained to bring torches on every other mission, they walk in there and these items don't do anything. And they also don't want to hold your hand like a lot of games do, and they don't tell you what to bring. They want you to experiment. So to have you, to train you to experiment and try things out, and then punish you for it on this mission, it probably wouldn't be good game design, so they had to come up with some way to kind of compensate you as a player so you didn't get punished for bringing something when the whole game had been training you to do it up to that point. That seems like kind of a bad sense, or a bad thing to do to your players, so. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, I'm gonna blow my nose.
They would arrive in teeming hordes, adorned in powdered wigs and pretension, seeking to slake their thirst on wine and indecency. As intoxication invariably took hold, innocuous frivolities would escalate to ever more disturbing diversions. Orchestrating the hideous affair was a hunchbacked fiend who seemed to delight in proportion to the suffering he caused. I could have stopped him, I suppose, but I was a slave to my own appetites, and restraint would have rendered me a hypocrite.
Okay, so the courtyard location, as far as I understand it with the lore, basically is a location where your ancestor used to essentially entertain super rich guests who were very, very, just like any other kind of aristocrat society. They're super into more and more extreme lifestyle decisions just to kind of experience life because they're so rich and they're so, above it all that they basically get bored with normal life. So that's why all these people end up becoming, insects because they basically opened Pandora's box because they were trying out different things, and then they all got infected by some blood disease. So pretty interesting. And also a very unique take on the, like I said, I talked about this in a previous episode very lightly, but I just want to say, like, designers of this game, man, this is such a unique take on the vampire trope, to have them, instead of becoming the classic vampire, they become like insects. I don't think I've ever heard of that in any game, any book, any media, ever. The trope of the high society, a rich person who is secretly behind a mask, actually this beast is like, that's a common trope. It even extends past like vampirism, right? You know, werewolves or whatever you want to pick, it doesn't matter. But for them to become insects, that's pretty unique.
What games does this diminutive fool play at now?
All right, epic quests. This quest is epic. You are not expected to finish this epic quest in one attempt. You may regroup or abandon the quest at any time, and your progress will be saved. When you obtain another invitation, you may continue the quest from where you left off. That's what we were talking about, right? Crimson. Oh, I didn't realize how close these guys are already craving, which is funny. It's a good thing we brought multiple different vials, so we're going to use up 3 of them immediately. Scouting. We got a scout chance right away. That's nice. One thing that's unique about this location... Oh, look at that. Okay, secret door. One thing this... Oh, that's right. Okay, this location's very weird. This is the only location, the Crimson Courtyard main missions like this, it is the only mission in the game, the only missions in the game that are set in stone. What I mean by that is this mission that you're seeing here is not, it isn't a radiant mission. It isn't randomly generated, randomly, curated. These missions, these enemies are hand placed in these locations. Every curio is always the same. If I started this whole campaign over, these missions would be the same. Not every location at the courtyard, I'm saying specifically the ones where you have to use the Baron's invitation. So if you wanted to, you could look up, I'm sure there's guides on all of this stuff. Because I know that because I've restarted a few times and been like, wait, this is exactly the same as before. Like this secret door, I'm almost certain is not the classic secret door that we're used to now. I think it's like maybe like a prisoner or somebody you get to release or something. It's been a long time, and I don't want to, bury the lead here. So, as I said, I'm going to start by lighting a torch. So this gives +3 accuracy for the entire next battle, whenever that is that it occurs. So it's a good practice at this location to just fire off a torch in between. And then I'm going to go ahead and get everybody their blood, because they're all craving. It's actually hilarious. It'll be good for us right when we start the fight. Alright, we've already seen one of these in the past. Oh, he interacts with it, dang it. Cut himself. Oh, he resisted it. That's fine. We know what this thing does. If we interact with those curios, we just use, I think it's a bandage. We have quite a few guys with us that actually have those kind of negative effects, don't we? No, just him. Demonomania. He's possessed by demons. So, Dactomania. Ugh. He's got a few, and Necromania. Yeah, we've got a few guys that are going to ruin a few of those. Okay. So this guy right here in the back, the manservant in the back that's holding what looks to be like kind of the dish, he's like a servant. He's the one I was talking about on missions that aren't at this location. If you find him outside of this location, instead of running around with that, he'll have like a little Baron's invitation. He's the one you kill to get the invitations. Alright, so we're just going to immediately start trying to take these guys out. Right now we have bloodlust on all these guys because we fed them blood, so they all deal an extra 25% damage, so we're going to use that while we can. Just try to take guys out immediately. The lucky part is, remember, we can't die from the Crimson Curse here because everybody already has it. Nobody's going to get it, which is kind of a nice thing. But we do want to think about stress because our guys are going to start getting stressed out real fast. So that's why we bring Mr. Banjo. Enraging Sight, yep. Yep. Alright, just kill the guy who has no armor.
Eradicated.
Yeah, that's why you bring Mr. Cthulhu in the back. I say Mr. Cthulhu because, that's his thing, right? But I'm going to bring him because I could, if I wanted to, just try to stun this guy. It's a reasonable argument, but I have 2 people with us that de-stress. I'm just going to constantly spam the de-stress stuff this mission because everybody on our team is going to be stressing out nonstop. Again, food is not an issue. Like, nobody can get the Crimson Curse. We were just set up for dealing with this. All the downsides are irrelevant here except for the stress. Stress is annoying, but so just remove stress where possible. And then we will just kill one of these guys off here, probably the one in the front.
Decimated.
And then we'll let you do what you're supposed to do, which is just remove armor. And then I'm, again, going to be greedy here. He's going to bleed out on his own. I'm just going to keep removing stress. I don't really... health is not really an issue right now. We have a big healer in the back. And we also have... Whoa, what was that? He just de-stressed himself. I've never seen that before. Normally whenever a person is... Maybe it's because he's got... Wow, he de-stressed himself because I fed him blood recently. It's not... Normally they remove... Normally whenever they have one of those, like, you know, outburst moments and they freak out for a second, it's because they're freaking out because they want the blood. But in this case, he didn't. Maybe it's because he's been fed blood. Interesting.
In the fevered pitch of battle.
Huh. I'm just gonna let these guys heal themselves. That guy's gonna die to his own bleed. So, ignore him. I'll heal somebody. You say, would it be a good idea to leave the secret room until the mission is over so that you don't have to trade the jewels with provisions? Yeah, I think you asked that before I kind of explained what that was, so... Oh, wait, do not taint the purity... Oh, I see why he said that. It's because I accidentally did de-stress. I did
the weapon that cuts on its own.
I hit the wrong button and I accidentally played the lute instead of de-stressing with Inspiring Tune. What throws me off is that, like, whenever I do that, the blue one, I always click that one without realizing it, and it, I don't know, it's just got a little angel or a little cherub that's got like a little symbol, and I just associate that with like positivity, I guess, and I just assume in my brain sometimes I just accidentally click that. But yeah, would it be a good idea to leave the secret room? Yeah, since you already know the answer to that question now, I won't say anything. But yeah, normally, you would, but in this case, the secret room is not a normal secret room. Be very careful on these missions. Courtyard, compared to other missions, have way better hidden traps than any other location. This is a trap in front of us. It's barely visible. They'll really get you with that. So I'm going to choose the Jester here because he's got an 80% chance. Traps in this location are a pain. We're doing really good, actually. Like, really good. Having a person or two people with us that remove stress is actually pretty good. Alright, this Chevalier in the back is the guy that's the pain, right? He's the guy you gotta watch out for. So again, I'm just gonna fight stress. I'm not really worried about health or damage right now. All that's downstream of the stress problem, right? See the thirst? Doesn't matter. That guy already had full health. He's not healing much off of it. He can't give us the Crimson Curse. We've essentially brought a team with us that doesn't care about that. Sure. Just try to kill that one.
Annihilated.
Yep. So what I'm doing there, bread and butter, right? Like, it's like, you know, peanut butter and jelly. I'm having this guy use his Weakening Curse to remove that guy's armor, or I guess protection, because he has 20% protection. He ignores 1 out of every 5 physical damage, or just regular damage, I guess not physical, but this guy's removing it so that the leopard can just immediately kill him afterwards. And then elsewise, I could do a number of things here. Everybody's stress is actually pretty low here. It's not really a stress issue right now. We're pretty low. So I'm actually going to take a moment to stun the guy. I guess I was going to say stun the Chevalier. I can't, because he's in slot 3. I guess maybe I'll just stun the guy in the front. That does save us more stress, so I guess that's kind of still good. This is what hurts. Yeah, this guy is the only guy that's like, he makes you go, oh my god, the damage. Stunned a guy, yeah. He's the guy that could actually surprise you and then just end your run out of nowhere if you're not careful. Here, we'll just kill the guy in the front here. I guess I can do it. Oh, I didn't bring Purge, that's right. So I'll kill this guy.
Obliterated.
And then now, we've got the guy in the back here. He's got 30% protection. We'll remove it. Take a second from healing. I'm not really too worried about health right now. Again, this guy's got low health, but we're not even really that worried. Everybody's taking stress damage. It's annoying. We'll stun this guy. He's only got a 40% resistance, and we've got 130% base chance to stun, plus 20%. We're going to stun it for sure. Because it's a 130% base plus 20% gets to 150%, and then he's got 40% resistant. So that subtract that off. So now there was almost a guaranteed chance he was going to be stunned, or I guess it wasn't a guaranteed chance. It was above 100%. Well, I can't remember. You can't say that because if I miss the attack, then it doesn't matter, right? So there is always that chance. Now I'll remove stress. Sure. I feel so alive. Okay. Oh, he's doing whatever he wants to do. That's not what I wanted to see. That's all right. And then we'll heal, I guess. Not the greatest heal. And he bled himself. That sucks. He's just going to take the same damage anyway. And then here I'll try to... I can't stun him. Or I guess I could try again, but he's got a 90% chance to resist it now because it goes up by 50%. That way you can't just consecutively stun a person over and over and over again. Let's just hit him. He's going to hurt us a bit. That's okay. That's a lot of damage. Oh, he dodged. Nice job. All right. Heal again, I guess. Sure. We'll have you remove some stress here. And you can see what I'm saying. I've kind of like perfectly built the team comp around the idea. It's like, okay, these guys are all going to inflict us with the Crimson Curse. Nope, doesn't matter. They all already have it. These guys are going to hit us with stress. Nope, bringing 2 people to stop that. These guys are going to hit us for a lot of damage in one target. Yep, and then I'm going to bring a lot of food, and I'm going to bring this occultist to heal us a lot, and some incidental healers in the frontliners. These 2 guys also heal. So kind of offset all of that. Take him out.
Destroyed.
I'd say. Look at that. Okay, we're good. Now,
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
remember to light your torch after every fight. I think I already didn't do that last time. I kind of forgot. All right, now we have a lot of directions we can go here. I'm just going to go up. My brain usually thinks, I don't know why I do this, but I think like when I go to like Walmart or some grocery store, I usually like follow the left hand rule or left wall rule, where you just keep your hand on the left wall as a guy and you walk around the building, and all of the stuff a man needs in a Walmart is on the left side of the wall. If you just hold your hand on the left wall and walk the whole building and never walk into the center, you'll get everything you need. Because if you think about it, you'll walk around and you'll go to the deli and you'll get the food, you'll get like all the meats, all the healthier foods like the, your Greek yogurts and like your meats and anything like that, eggs, all that stuff is on there. You avoid the cereal aisle and the candy aisle and all that other stuff and all the grains and the stuff that's not necessarily like, what our ancestors ate, if you want to be all paleo diet. I'm not really getting into that, but I'm saying the healthier food. And then if you keep walking, eventually you'll reach the dog food stuff, and then you go further, you reach like the electronics, and then you go further, you reach all your vehicle related things, and then you keep going around, you reach like the stuff that's related to like clearance, and then you get up to the pharmacy area, and then you can just leave. And really, there's not a lot else inside of a Walmart that you need, right? So I follow the same left-hand rule whenever I'm going around a mission a lot of times. And I'm just like, all right, so in my brain, my guys are walking straight, and now they walk into this room. I'm going to go left. I'm just going to hang on the wall as long as possible. If I don't know the layout of the map, that's what I'm going to do. Is it right? No, it's left. I didn't mean to say that, but that's a good joke, so I have to say it. All right. I might do... This ghoul is going to be a pain, so it's annoying he's actually in the back. Huh. He's got 41 health. I'll maybe just kill these guys. I'm not going to overthink it. I was going to try to figure out some way of like starting to assault this guy before the fight even really started, but I'm not going to overthink this. This guy can really apply a lot of stress, so I'm going to try to start throwing bleed on him if I can.
A time to perform beyond.
He's got 40% protection. Let's start working on him right now. Start weakening him. 23%. Huge difference there. I'm going to stun him. Skull toss, yep. It's a lot of stress. 9 damage and 15 stress. Yeah, that's a real... And stunned me. So I can't even remove his protection next round, which sucks. That's okay. I will... I have a choice here. I can either stun him, or I could just kill this frontliner. Let's just kill the frontliner.
Back to the pit.
Alright, now it's just him versus us. And he is a legitimate threat, so we gotta take care of him as much as possible here. Just hit him for as much as you can. Solid. Yep, sucks that he got stunned out. I might be able to just sneakily kill him, like right now. If the Crusader gets attacked before he does.
Inspiration
He does.
and improvement.
Yeah. I didn't expect to be able to attack that many times right in a row. That was good. And this is where...
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
This is where it gets a little annoying, because we're on a longer mission. We got to start thinking, like, what are we actually really willing to take with us? Anything like this, we are willing to take with us, because these stack in huge amounts. So we're going to take that as well as the deeds, and we get to use this last torch between missions, right? Immediately use it. Use the torch. Yeah. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate it. Alright, these are the ones we talked about. You can burn these. So the Thronging Hive is kind of like the very first mission that introduces you to the game. Like, I remembered, I was like, I thought torches worked on these, but the very first mission that you do at this location, which we did against the Crocodilian, has a very special torch that you use on these, and that's what I was remembering. You use torches on these specific curios. And this is where you get your money and your journal entries and all that stuff. Now, journal entry-wise, I don't know if I want to take a journal entry here. That seems kind of silly. I could be convinced to drop the anti-venom for gold. Anti-venom is just not that important, guys. I just don't care about it. The emerald is also a reasonable thing to drop here, too. That's a lot of gold. That is true. This is also a harder tier mission, right? It's like a medium tier mission. All right, let's go. Man, look at the background, man. Look at the art style. It's so cool. I'm lost in throes of ecstasy. Okay. Okay, he's just going to attack. I like how he just did whatever he wanted, but what he wanted is fine. It didn't really bother me that much. Fine. But I will probably heal. That's not a good heal at all. And he bled him. Sure, you can attack on your own. Look at him. Why is he doing that? That's 2 times in a row he's had he's removed stress instead of having a stress outbreak. That's wild. Why? Is that like a special thing for his class or something?
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
He's not adding stress by when he has his outbursts. He's actually like, that's weird. All right, let's just kill this guy. Just take out the front two.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
This is the ability that can add poison. Yep. As I threw the anti-venom away, as I said, that's the only character in this whole mission that can do this. Add any kind of acid. You know, he'll like spit stomach acid at you and give you the blight. But I'm not that worried about it. Here I'll use the bandage, I guess. Go ahead and remove this, because that's a lot of bleed over the next few rounds. And then I could either... I guess I'll just remove stress. I'm really not in a bad spot. Like, my guys don't have a lot of health here in the back, but I do have this guy who can still heal us. And then I also have a lot of food between missions, so I need to use that. Sure, what are you doing now? You gonna do whatever? Ugh. Okay, heal this guy, I guess. 6 is still fine. And no bleed's good. Alright, take out this guy.
As
Good.
the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yep. Nice dodge, though. It was good. Alright, so he needs to heal himself here. That was good. And then here we can remove some stress if we want, but everybody's pretty low now. Well, actually, he's at 15, so we'll take it off him. And let them do their thing. Come to... Oh, well, you moving to the front really doesn't matter here.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Oh, yeah.
all.
Yeah, there's our extra emerald and all our extra jewels here. Probably just drop a shovel. It's interesting here. I don't know. And then I'll take the ruby. See, the money is obviously a safe bet to take that because we'll see more of it. But there's nothing else in my inventory I want to throw away right now. I need to remember to use the holy water and the medicinal herbs on anything that we see so we can just start gathering information immediately. You gotta help me remember that. Use a torch. I want the money, but I don't want it so much that I'd rather just drop a stack of food here. So let's just leave it. The other option was to drop the torches, but I don't want to do that because that's extra accuracy. They're going to get consumed anyway. That's what I was talking about when I said this is an epic mission. You've got to accept the fact that you're going to lose some items. Okay, this character I'm going to tell you right now ahead of time. You don't want to interact with this character at all, right at the start, because this location, this person, if you give them the blood, which we've already done in the past, they'll give you something. But the thing that they give you is almost always items. We don't have the space for. I say items, trinkets. We don't have the space to go home with trinkets right now. I'm not doing that. All right. Yep, they're all talking. Just go in. You guys want to have a conversation before you open the door? Let's go. All right, so that's that direction. Already looked through. I can't afford to use my blood on this guy, probably. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. I'd rather keep it. So we're gonna ignore him. He might have a decent item or two, but in my experience, most of the time they're just junk common items. Which, I mean, that's a lot of gold if you have the space to take it, but we won't be having that space. So, could do my Walmart thing here and go to the left here, but I'm gonna go down because I see enemies and I want to make sure that I use as much of my resources as I can as fast as I can so I can start stacking items. You burn this with a torch. We've already seen what that does. We don't want to do that though here because we've actually got no stress on our guys, so we're not going to waste a torch on that. Remember, at this location, it's so strange. This location has different uses of the curious. The egg sacs here, if you burn them, it's different than in a normal mission. In a normal mission, if you interact with one of those, I think they'll attack you. But at this location, if you burn one of those egg sacs, it removes your stress. And I know that because we've already done it once here. Oh, great, yep, use of the shovel, which we should have already known because, again, we have this whole place unlocked here, which is obstacle down here. I don't know why I'm unable to speak today. I'm, like, stuttering a bit. Alright. Big mission here, let's see. Big boss fight here. I don't think it's a boss at all, I think it's just a dude. Yeah, oh, actually, these guys do a lot of damage in the back, so we're going to take them seriously. Yeah, this represents a lot of damage really fast if you don't watch out. Now, in this particular case, we could do a number of things, right? Well, pulling the gesture to the back looks bad. It does, but it's not. Because in our comp, we've got, other than the leper, we've got Mr. Furnival here, our crusader, who actually, I gave him a holy lance, so he can get up to the front line when he wants. As well, the jester can also move to the back super quick. And the jester is not going to be focusing on damage this fight. He's going to be focusing on stress relief most of this mission, so I can immediately finale if I want to and get him out of there. I might just immediately pull one of these guys and see if I experiment with it. What's his pull chance? Oh, he has a 270% chance to not move. Okay, so he doesn't get moved at all. So I guess the proper choice then is to remove his armor. Oh, I missed it. Okay, sure. Infallible servitude. So I think this is the one that makes him protect that guy. Yeah, so if we attack the guy in the back, now the manservant will take the damage. So we're just going to kill one of these manservants, I think. 10 damage is still a lot. Alright, we can rush to the front if we want to here, but I might just leave the order that they're in right now because I want the leper as up front as possible. 13? Yeah. Sure.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That doesn't feel that good. Everybody's almost dead. Yep, a lot of damage. Yep. On death's door. Almost. Yep. Brutal.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Yep. Alright. Hopefully our one of our other guys gets to go before him. He does. Good. He didn't die. Good. Got a little lucky there. We needed it though, because that was a lot of damage super fast. Clear one of these bodies so we can get to those guys. That's what I was saying. These guys could just surprising that they could just end your run out of nowhere. Let's remove that bleed. And then we will, I guess, remove the stress, because he just got hurt a lot. Alright, those guys are going to hit really hard. Great, they took a moment to not hit our frontliner, or backliner. That's fine. Critting on him doesn't bother us. We don't care about that. He's our frontliner. Okay, sure. Nice. We needed a dodge there. That's good news to us. That makes all the difference here. Alright, we should be fine now. Just need to take out one, and then we can deal with this. I'm gonna try to stun this one and make sure that, we can take out one. Yeah, just make sure that we get this guy at low. Oh, you suck.
Mortality clarified.
And he bled him?
Strike.
Yep. Alright, well, one thing that we can do if we get to go first is if we get to go first here, I was going to say we can stun this guy. That's alright, though. I might just try to kill him. Nope. I was going to try to stun him. I'm going to try to kill him. I don't know. Yep, heal. See if we get lucky a second time. 13. We got lucky twice. He's helping us here. Alright, let's take the guy out before he's more problem. Get out of here. You see what I'm talking about? These guys hit for an enormous amount of damage, and they can just end your run out of nowhere, because one guy just gets hit for 40. Yeah. Alright, stun him. And then we'll take some time off to heal up, get our guys back to normal. Yep, that's fine. How many more bleed stacks has he got on him? 5 per round? Enormous. Alright, we'll remove the stress. They're picking on our little gesture in the back. We gotta stop them. That's fine. Okay, remove that stress. I'm not gonna take any time to heal him anymore. The emergency heal stuff. I'm not gonna do that here because I've got a lot of food. I'm just gonna take this guy seriously and try to kill him instantly. Get him out of here if we can. Do I chance another stun on him? He's only got a 40% chance. Oh, no, this isn't the one we stunned before. We should stun him.
A singular strike.
Awesome. Awesome. That worked out real nice. Okay. We're in a really good spot now. All right. So here I might heal, actually. Wow. This is one of those missions where, or one of those rare situations where our occultist is looking better than a Vestal.
These
leave
nightmarish
this.
creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
And then he's got 3. He's going to take 3 heal, or 3. I'll use a bandage here, and then I'll just give him some food. Now we're just going to start using food to heal people. Alright, we got through the most terrifying thing. That looked really bad, didn't it? Like, our Jester was on death's door, like, out of nowhere. And you saw how fast it happened, too. He was at full health, and then he got hit for 8, and then he got hit for 8, and then he got hit for 2, and he got bled, and it was just like, boom, 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 right in a row. And sometimes, like, things fall that way. Yep, sure. So we were fortunate that we were able to stabilize there. And that came down to bad luck that 3 people focused, because he got attacked by 3 people simultaneously, right in a row. All in that one fight. You know, sometimes things like that happen. But then in addition to that, we got lucky because, you know, on death's door we were able to heal and not get a 0 heal on our occultist. That's the exact worst situation for him. So he pulled in clutch there for us. All right. This fight is nowhere near as terrifying, right? We know we don't really care about these guys. These guys can affect us with all kinds of annoying little blight stuff. So we try to take these guys out ironically first, even though they represent the least damage threat.
Cleansed from our
Because they'll give us diseases and crap, so we try to kill them as fast as we can. Rends is a lot of damage, but I don't really care about that so much. Sure, a little bit of bleed. Alright, and then I think he's got protection. Yeah, we'll remove that protection now.
A devastating blow.
Yep.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
He didn't like that I made a joke about how he's that much of a threat, so he decided he was going to crit for 8. Sure. I guess I'll kill him real quick.
Executed with impunity.
Whatever, maggot. Alright, here I can just attack this guy if I want to, or I can take a round off and wait while our occultist rips his armor completely off, and I can just heal.
Compassion is a
And I'm going to do that. Just take a moment to heal and offset the enormous amount of protection he started with, because he started with 40, so I'm just going to strip it off of him. I hit him with the weakening spell, and now I've hit him twice in a row concurrently, so now he's got, you know, three rounds of minus 34% damage and minus 34% protection, so he's pretty much naked when it comes to resistances now. They'll just take full damage from our 2 frontliners here. Alright, so I could hit him now, and that probably is worth it. He's got a 70% chance to resist stun, but we've already got 130 plus, so we're looking at 150 minus 70, so we're looking at an 80% chance that this works. I think it's worth it. Sure. Alright, and then I'll probably have him heal himself. Okay, this dude is locked in this mission. Okay. Like how our Jester looked like he was going to die, now he just looks like he's a new character again. It's funny. And funnily enough, if we get the chance to heal, or if we get the chance to camp, this guy, our Crusader, has uniquely one of the abilities, Zealous Vigil. He can actually... Oh, it's only if he's only on himself. I was thinking he had the ability to never mind. Remove Affliction status. That's the Vestal, I think, that does that. Give him a message, send him to 1, I guess. Okay. Do I... He's got so much bleed on him. Do I just heal him and remove the stress? this guy's gonna die to, like, to a simple breeze here in a second. I might just do that. I don't want to heal him again and chance another stack of bleed here. I'm gonna do it anyway. Because if he doesn't get stacked more from it, then we can sneaky give him more. Okay, well, I was gonna say if he doesn't get any more stress, or I guess bleed stacks added to him, or if he doesn't get any, like, if he doesn't have his turn and take the damage from the bleed, which he did anyway, then I was gonna say I could actually cheekily immediately end the fight and then use the bandage on him. But that's okay, whatever. I don't want to go a whole nother round of not doing anything here. Let's just kill him.
Their cursed champion falls.
Okay, 125 gold for that. Get out of here. All right, we'll remove the bleed, and now we're almost out of bandages. So now we got to start thinking about how far we want to push, because bandages matter a lot at this location. One thing I'll say about this, that you see this weird-looking mist stuff. The mist is uniquely something that's it's a unique barrier, a unique obstacle in this mission. You have to use a torch on it. If you don't, it will randomly teleport you somewhere behind where you came from. So you want to make sure you do that. So we're gonna do that now. And I'm actually gonna back up because I just realized we almost passed the secret door. Here's the secret door, guys. So we wanted to see what the secret door leads to. If you go inside of here, right on the map, we've got a secret door here. If we go in here, look what we see. Please, good heroes, release me from these chafing shackles. Right? You interact with them. I owe you a debt of gratitude for your kindness. And then he disappears. That's it. You saved him. Now, the cool thing is, he will be available as a recruitable additional hero at the stagecoach after this mission. So you can bring him with you if you want to. I don't know if he's any good. We'll see. He's just like anybody else. He's just an extra dude. So I guess here I'll use the rest of this food just to get an extra stack of, you know, usable space. All right, we got a pot here. So this is what we bring our shovels for. All right, a unique thing in the map. You see this? Does anybody see this, right? You see we have this move to this room that is locked, right? We've moved to this room, locked room. That location, we need a key for it. And it's also giving a dead giveaway here. It's a red key. So we need a key that's related to that color in order to go that way. So we have to go up or down, one of those two. I'm gonna go up just because, again, left-hand rule, I guess. I don't know why, I'm just doing it that way. All right, use the shovel. See what we get. Anything of value here? Yeah. And can we just use the food? No, we can't. We have an embarrassment of riches. We have too many resources to take the food with us. That's so funny. Guess we'll leave the food. Feels bad, but all right. Our jester, watch out for the trap. You can see it on the map. Remember, in this mission, the traps are very sneaky. Very sneaky. This little bubbling mass at the bottom of the screen, very hard to see. But on this map, unlike most maps, whenever you run into a trap, instead of just taking damage and some stress, you'll get attacked, and enemies will spawn. All right, you got another use for the shovel. That's good. Sure, an extra ruby is awesome. This is now the point where I will drop the remaining bandage. One bandage over 12 crests is an easy trade for me. Yes, I don't want to bleed, but not over. I'd rather bleed than give up on 12 crests. I need to remember to use these darn holy waters. I keep forgetting about it, darn it. Okay, that's fine. Let's try to take out one of these guys immediately. He resisted it, that's annoying. We'll battle ballad. Everybody's low on stress, which is the perfect time to be able to just
Brilliant
spam songs.
of skill and purpose.
Start clown banjoing all over the place. I'll just take out this guy here, I guess. Or try to. He's got a lot of health.
Impressive.
Overkilled him. It sucks we gotta go work through all these guys to get to the guy in the back, because remember, the guy in the back is the pain, right? We've already seen that. Yep, a lot of damage. Okay. Yep. Nice dodge, though. That's that dodge kicking in from the camouflage. I guess we should check that, right? Look, I think it's so funny. We've been playing for over half an hour at this location. I forgot to check. Look, you can see what I'm talking about, though. Plus 15 extra dodge. Why? Because the trinket, right? It is bloodlight, so we are seeing perfect resistances here, or perfect light. All right, we'll remove the resistances and just try to tear through one of these guys one at a time. Just, man, he's blocked it again. Ugh. I'll probably go ahead and give you the blood. Just keep that off as long as possible. I am the Fury. I will drink from my enemies. All right, cool. No need to worry about stress. Just
A powerful blow.
man, he's crit twice in a row. If I'd have known that, I would have had him attack a different target both times. So we would have been through all 3 enemies by now if I had perfect hindsight, right? Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Wish YouTube would stop that. I gotta figure out why it does that sometimes. I don't know why. Oh, great. All right, so you guys are okay. It would be cool if the person saved would have some ability or be significant in some way. Maybe a special class that can only be found in the secret room in the courtyard. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want a secret class because then it would feel bad if you never got the chance to experience it. And they would be like, if you never interact with that, you never get it. I mean, I guess maybe like some like insect character or something like that would be kind of cool. But what I'd much rather see is like some kind of a quirk, like survivor of the festivities, or like, you know, aristocrat hater or something like that, and he's got a persistent plus 20% damage to, like, you know, those bloodsuckers or something. Like, that would be cool if there was something like that. So I agree with you there. Okay, he doesn't want to. I am a god. All right, Mr. Leper. That's because he's got the Crimson Curse going on, and he's on his bloodlust mode right now. He doesn't want any help. He don't want no help. All right, we will stun here. Maybe. Oh, I guess that was Cole that said that, not Steven. Sorry, Cole. I don't know if I said Steven when I said that. I just assumed that was Steven that said that. You said here, maybe an item with bloodthirsty or craving resistance. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think, remember that bloodthirsty, though. I don't know if you're saying bloodthirsty the quirk. Bloodthirsty the quirk, you might just be saying like that in a general sense. There is actually a negative quirk called bloodthirsty that makes your guys interact with, I think, some curios, like blood fountains and things like that. So I'm certain that's not what you mean. Yeah, okay, I follow you. Yeah. You're just saying some kind of a thing that makes them, like, be acknowledged for their time here with the crazies. I could heal. Maybe I should. The problem is, here's the nightmare scenario. If I heal for 0 on the Jester, and then we don't kill this Chevalier, and then these 2 guys don't... Yeah, so if the Chevalier hits the Jester goes after that, gets blood ticked, he could just die. What's his resist? Oh no, he's already been hit twice, or hit at least once with a weakening curse. We're fine. Sure, I am lost in the throes of its ecstasy. Oh, he's withstanding. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but not a bad thing. All right, remove some stress for some people here. I guess we'll remove it from our cultist. Like, look at the squad. We are like 0 threat mode right now. We are doing so well.
Quickens.
He has resistance to stun here. We'll just deal damage. He would have been dead if our leper had actually attacked correctly. Okay, I think this is the one that stuns. Yes, bleed for us. All right. I guess he will heal himself. Man, our rolls are so good on this. I think we've hit like 14, 14, 11, 13, like multiple 10s. I think we saw one early bad roll, but we've been very fortunate with our occultist rolls. Oh my god. He's been very kind to us this mission. I'm actually going to be greedy and just heal. This guy has no chance of killing us here. Okay. He goes to 1. Sure. You gonna stun him? No? Just okay, huh? Alright, I'm gonna heal somebody. There's your low health heal. And a bleed. Okay. That's more par for the course. Okay. Sure. Remove some stress. We have so little stress on everybody. Man, I feel so... it's like, you know that feeling you get whenever it's like snowing outside or it's raining for the first time in the year, and like you're sitting there in your house and it's all warm in your house and you don't feel like, you know, any threat of any bad thing coming to get you. Or that feeling you get when you're a little kid and you take the blankets and you lift your feet
Push
up
on to the task's
and suck the
end.
pillows or the blankets underneath and slam your feet back down and you kind of like protect yourself from the darkness or whatever. It's the exact same feeling right now when I look and I see that we have no stress. Everybody's on full health. We are just rocking it. We have zero threat of loss right now. Actually, the irony is right now the biggest problem is we're running out of space to hold items, which is a sad day feeling right now. I might even need to just drop this holy water. I'm probably going to. I need to keep the remaining blood here. What does it do when you give it to a person? The next 2 rounds it gives a bunch of resistance to bleed and stuff. It's actually really good. I should probably think about that more often. I don't usually use the holy water as like a defensive thing. It can be really good against specific bosses. Yeah, I need to start paying more attention to that against bosses. It gives resistance to like everything. The problem is I forget what it does because unless you're using it, you can't tell. It doesn't tell you in the UI, which is annoying. That it should just tell you like what it does normally. Like if you're getting ready to leave for a mission. Wish it told you that. Okay. It's an interesting little area. We're like doing so well, it's wild. Remember to use the torches and remember to use... Oh, we already used it. I was going to say we got to remember to use the holy water. Well, I just relieved us of that decision here a second ago. Let's go down here. Little offshoot room. I don't think it probably leads anywhere. It's probably like a dead end, honestly. That's my guess. Yeah, it's a dead end. That's okay. Somebody's... Wait, you're not craving, are you? No, you're just no longer... Okay. We're fine. We're not really stressed out right now on... I guess I'll go up here? I don't know. Do I want to go up? Do I want to go right? I really don't know. If I follow my left-hand rule, then I should be going this way, right? Alright. Let's see what we got going on up here. It's been a quiet few hallways in a row. That's like, how many rooms did we just walk through with nothing? That's wild. Okay. Scouting chance. Oh, okay, so that's a loop. Okay, so I guess we'll go this way and then come back? I don't know. Because this is all going left. Oh, okay, this guy's now craving. And this guy's craving. We need more blood. Oh. He's interacting with things to try to find blood now. And now he just saw what happens when you interact with like an egg sac without having to. Okay, so this guy right here, the Esquires, these guys deal a lot of damage if I recall correctly. I think they can really hurt you if you don't watch out. So I guess I'm just going to try to kill the guys we know how to deal with first and not think about this too much. Just to make sure that we take care of the things that I know how to deal with, and then we'll only have him to deal with. Take this one out. Before he even got the chance to attack, that feels pretty good here. We'll battle ballad. Stress is not a factor right now. Oh, I forgot to heal this guy, didn't I? Ooh. Yeah, okay. That hurts. Oh, and he's got riposte for the next 2 rounds? What's the stun chance? Very low stun chance. If I stun him, the riposte doesn't matter. I'm gonna stun him. Okay, so now riposte should not trigger anymore when we hit him. So, oh my!
And power.
Okay, occultist, dude, this guy is like locked in this mission. What is that? I've never seen him hit that hard, like in general. Okay, cool, awesome. Just not expected at all. I want to heal. We're not in any real threat of death here. Yep, sure. Stress is irrelevant. I don't care about that at all. Sure, I'm gonna be greedy here and just heal. Heal when I can. Yep. Oh my god, he's healing for so much. Alright, this guy is having a breakout performance. Well, that was a bad pun. I'm talking about the occultist, not the dude playing his banjo, his lute, I know, but awash in crimson, I am reborn. Alright. Heal again. Just keep your health up. Why not? Push forth. Sure. Yep. I'm also, while I'm doing this, trying to get over all these stupid bleed stacks. Make sure I get rid of this while we're here. That way we don't have it as we're walking and enter into our next fight dealing with that. Remove the stress where possible. Looks like there's any real stress left on anybody. This guy's got Death's Door recovery, but is literally at 0 stress, which is so funny. All right. Now I really don't know if I really need to be marginally worried about heals anymore. I'm probably just going to start attacking him at this stage. We're good. Let's just get out of here. Let's go to the next fight. Oh, the blood, great. So we'll have you use that.
Clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
And we'll leave the blight charm. I don't care about that at all. It's really weird that there's a blight charm. It's actually kind of like a poetic, or I guess like, you know, foreshadowing. We found a blight charm. I wonder why we found that, because whoever carried that item here probably died, because blight doesn't do anything against these guys. Sure, enraging sight, a little bit of stress. Not a factor so far for us. We've been just fine. You can see how decreased stress at this location really does make a huge difference. Do we have you heal? Ah, the old 2 and the bleed. Okay, that's more like it. I haven't seen that in a while. Base damage, extra unholy. This is just stun one, I guess. That is why we brought him. We just haven't been doing it with him so much. All right, ballad. See if we can't get lucky and get a crit on this chick in the back. I think she has like Midnight Minuet or something. I think she has like this ability that like switches people's locations. Damsel in distress. Oh, she makes him defend her. Okay, so he's marked. It's fine. He's pretty close to dead anyway. Keep on playing your lute. Keep on banjo clowning. All right, I'll just end this guy.
The ground quakes.
Yep. This comp is going so well. That's way better than I expected. Man, we were having such a good run. This is going so well. Oh my god. Oh, a third ruby!
Be wary.
And food!
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Perfect stacks on our stuff. With the narrator in the background saying, be wary, if you're you know, having a big pride is going to make you lose. A little bit of foreshadowing. I don't want to hear that. Alright. Use up the rest of our torches while we can here. Nothing here? Okay. Still sticking to the left Walmarts here, I guess. Okay, we got a curio coming up. Oh, another burnable. Okay, so now this would be our last, or no, it's not our last one. Sure, what do we see here?
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I think I dropped the last torch. Just take the sigils for the crests. We gave up on a little bit of accuracy in one of our last fights, but we were only on one anyway, so we were going to use it very quickly. This is a good run. Walking out with all these extra rubies and stuff. Oh, I cut that off. Okay, it didn't matter. All right. Okay, this guy is now curse craving. Okay. If we can get an extra blood, we can press for it, but we're now kind of in a low amount of blood. We need to keep that in mind. All right, let's see what we got. A battle. Oh, and treasure. Cool. This is a bad battle. This is a serious fight. Okay, we got to think about this. What's the fastest way to get to these guys in the back, right? These are the guys that terrify us. Let's start buffing people. Crit and accuracy. No stress relief. We got to take this seriously. I'm gonna probably do something like withstand, give him protection, and make him marked. He needs to tank for us this fight. These guys in the back do represent a serious amount of damage. And then here we will just start working through their frontliner. Make sure that our stunner can do his job. What's his health? 15? He might just be able to kill him outright.
Masterfully executed.
Awesome, that's a good way to start this. Okay, now the rest of this is like, it's like we lose a whole round, kind of, because we spent so much time getting set up, but we're going to be a lot better off with the rest of the fight. Yeah, that doesn't matter to us. We don't care about that switch. Now these two are going to hurt. Yep. Yep. And a bleed. Yep. Okay, that's fine. That's who we want him to attack. Alright, now we're gonna throw a bunch of damage on this one guy in the middle. Here I will strike for blood. Oh, you moving to that spot was clutch! Now I can attack! Awesome! And we don't lose any tempo. That was great. Get some stress, or get some protection off this guy so we can clear through this guy. That looked like it was a bad thing, it wasn't. Alright, finish him off. Just end that guy. Okay, we're good now. No real threat anymore. I will do anything for it, anything, okay? Like heal yourself and remove stress.
Sedated.
Okay, now we gotta seriously think about this guy bleeding out. Now you got double stun? Brutal. Choice cut, sure. That was a lot. Yep. Fortune heal, that's good. No bleed, that guy is MVP this mission. Okay, didn't get lucky with the 29 crit this time on that, that's okay.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
Yeah, we're out of here after this fight. Yep. And with my dying breath, I'm gonna play the banjo for y'all. Sure, I need to heal him. I've not rolled a critical 0 in a while, which has been really good for us. Okay, sure. I said we were fine, we had nothing to worry about. This guy, they've landed 2 crits, and this guy in the front has been doing way more than he normally deals. That's okay. Let's just kill the second slot guy. Come on, let us go. End this guy right now. Don't click the wrong ability. I about did Inspiring Cry. Alright, now we're okay. This guy in the front has been doing way more than he normally deals. Let's heal. Heal for 1's not good, but that's okay. We're near the end of this, I'm not that worried. Okay, what are you doing now? I guess you're attacking a dead the body. That's fine. Stun this guy out. Stun him out. Good. Now we're fine. Might even be greedy and heal out once. I don't think we're going to stick around after this mission because we just got hit by... Actually, yes, I can. I can still stick around. I've got a lot of food. What am I talking about? Yes, we do. We are interested in healing up and continuing on. What am I talking about? Yeah. Probably brought all this extra food. I'll de-stress, I guess. Bleed resist, stress resist. Yeah, I probably should just remove stress here. We're fine. We're doing just fine. Kill him. Dodge. Sure. It's the first miss he's had this entire mission. Hit him. Sure. We're good. And now we'll just use a bunch of food.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Take this. We don't care about the money. All right. Anything else we want to do here? We certainly want to... I don't see any reason why medicinal herbs would work with this. I'm just going to throw the medicinal herb on there because we haven't used the medicinal herbs for almost anything this mission, and I might just use it just to gather some info. Okay, crests, and 6 crests, and some money. Yeah, we want that. I don't know if I really want to take the sapphire. A singular sapphire. I mean, it's not the same value as 3 rubies. I mean, it's obvious, but what I'm saying is the opportune time to take a ruby and speculate on it is early when you actually don't have the space taken up for something else. This represents 1,000 gold. This represents, right, 3K right there. This is 3 times the value of this because it's already got enough of them. I'm gonna drop the sapphires. It feels wrong, but especially if we're gonna continue on, right? Because we've still got 8 food, and we can't get random hunger checked on this mission. Actually, yes, we can, can't we? Maybe I'm wrong. We haven't been. So I'm not really that worried about it. I'm just going to press on back now. Oh yeah, this guy's still bleeding out. Eh, whatever. He's low on health. We'll just start the mission by healing him. I don't see any enemies on the way back right now, so I'm just trying to use up all the resources we have and make sure that we don't waste. Because every additional room we've discovered, every additional location we've walked through on this location will help us for the next time we come back here. So I'm trying to kind of like do a bunch of work now and put us in a good spot for later. All right. Let's head up to this curio, see what's in this room. Seeing nothing here. Pretty quiet halls. A curio of some sort's coming up. Oh, this is the one that needs the bandage thing. We don't have anybody that can deal with that, so we'll just search it normally. No bones. Your bones. No, oh yeah. Said something about their bones have nothing to offer. Normally, you want to bring a what do you call it? A bandage to get rid of that. Similar to this, you want to bring a torch. But the thing is, the bandage of that other thing will give you treasures, I think, if you use the bandage on it. But this thing, whenever you use a torch on it, it will remove your stress. But we don't really have any need to remove stress. That's not a big thing we're missing out on. Yep. I think this might just circle around and go down, maybe. If it doesn't, then we're like super far away from where we were at earlier. There's a trap. I didn't see it.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
We ignored this because I don't have a fire to burn on it, unless somebody else is trying to interact on their own. Oh, is he waning? He's wasting. I meant to say. We gotta go, because he can just die. I'm gonna walk into this room and then we're out of here. Because he's gonna die if we don't leave soon. Oh, a fight. I probably should have just left, but... Okay. Yep. If we lose a guy here, we could lose a guy here. I gotta be really careful. Just try to take out the backliners right now. These guys deal so much damage. Oh, going to 1 is so brutal. Okay. Okay, that's fine. He has the most health anyway. Oh, stunning is disgusting. 10 and 9? Oh, we're that's not looking good. I'm just gonna finish this guy right now. It's not the most useful way to use that ability, but it guarantees he's dead. And then here I'm just going to go for raw damage because this guy has protection and I'm not going to stun him. He's got a 170% chance to not be stunned. So it's not an efficient use of it, but it's still the best thing I can do here. That's fine. Alright, we just got to get through this round. This first round always sucks against this comp, as it were. Okay, get rid of that stun. It's really obnoxious. And then we will just keep throwing the bleed on this guy in the back. You're doing a lot of sneaky work on this guy that's kind of unspoken about. Sure. Yep. What are you doing? What are you gonna do? Oh, he passed his turn. So to make sure we don't just lose randomly on like in the very last fight. We're really in a bad spot here. Yep, he's bleeding out though. That's good. He's gonna die next round, which is good for us. A 9, a 9, and a 10. Or I'm sorry, a 9, a 10, and a 10 on that guy. 80 is just getting infinite stacks of bleed.
A hand's
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Becoming unwound.
Real trouble now.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
He has to heal. 14 crits, nice. Do I heal here? I think I have to.
Death is patient.
Dude is clutch.
Will wait.
Okay. So this guy in the back's just gonna die on his own, so I'm not even worried about him. Start stacking the bleed on this guy. Man, the occultist held it down this mission. I cannot give him credit enough. Crazy. Alright. Okay. Keep attacking the one guy that's really low already. He might die. I can't really do anything about it.
Terrible vistas of
This guy's dead on his own, though. Get out of here. Alright. This guy in the back might just die. He's got multiple bleed stat checks. He's probably just dead. Which sucks. He's done so much good work for us. I'm sorry, dude.
Survival is
I'm
a
sorry.
tenuous proposition in this sprawling tomb.
He was so close to death so many times that honestly, like, him surviving that long was wild. Because he had a blood stack on him, he had a poison stack on him, he had 0 health, he had wasting, he was going to die from being thirsty for blood, multiple things that saved us from. Him dying there might seem like the worst thing, because it feels almost like you disrespectful considering how much work he did for us, but honestly, culling him from the team isn't the worst thing in the world, because now we have one less person to feed for blood too as well, which is good. And we're out of here. Yes, it feels bad to lose that guy because he was so clutch for us this mission, but still worth it. Alright.
This expedition at least promises success.
We don't need any blood here because we're leaving. Nobody here is wasting, so we certainly will take our items back. And then after that, we'll just take the money. I guess this is 350 left over. Oh, I guess if we're leaving, we should probably just use up the food. I'm not taking the shovels. I'll take the deeds. And I guess I'll take... I think I'd rather have 8 blood over 350 gold. Yeah, we can just go. All in all, a good mission. Yes, we lost a guy, but that's fine. I said, they're... No, it seems awful, but they're just resources. Mission-wise, but let's just get a map idea where we are. Oh, wow. Even more going on here. Yeah, we're going to stop here. We're going to come back here later. But yeah, that's a lot. I mean, that's essentially a long mission, or I guess a medium to medium long mission in terms of length already. So, yeah. We'll leave. And that's what I was talking about. It's not really a loss. We're okay. We walked out of there with a lot of resources.
Great adversity has a beauty. It is the fire that tempers.
All right. 42 crests, a decent amount of gold, knocked out quite a few rooms. I feel good about this. We lost Svini, which sucks, but it is what it is. Wheel Tactician instead of Ruins Adventure. Okay, semantical difference there. Warren Scrounger, and he got Warren Scrounger and Warren's Phobe at the same time. I always think it's funny that you can get Warren's... it's strange to me that you can gain the ability to be better or worse at a location that you didn't just go to. That seems strange to me.
Curiosity, interest, and obsession. Mile markers on my road to damnation.
All right, now we're only sitting on 5 people that have the Crimson Curse instead of 6, which is nice. And we also made progress to the end of that mission. We're going to go ahead and remove all the trinkets from people and sort those here. Sort by rarity. And let's see what we're looking at for people, because we just lost a few. We just lost our cultist. Unholy Hater's good. I like that. Ashen's terrible. Stress. Well, that actually is not bad, though, because seeing a bad quirk and a good quirk simultaneously makes me more likely to want to choose that person, because it makes me think, okay, now I know that I have a go-to, an obvious thing to send them to the doctor for, right? Because you can lock and remove at the same time. But I don't want to lock Unholy Hater. Unholy Hater is a fine ability, but it's not like a lock ability. Unless you're playing like a Crusader or something like that. Oh, look, there's the rescued guy. There's our guy. Veteran Crusader rescued. We're certainly going to take him. He's level 3. Fast healer's not good. Lazy Eye is fine. He's not a ranged user, so we're fine with that. He's already got level 4 on every ability. He's got slow reflexes, which isn't good. So we can just get rid of slow reflexes, and then after that, he's going to be good to go for us. Actually, slow reflexes aren't even that bad. -1 speed. It's not good, but it's not terrible. Yeah, we're taking him.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose.
That's awesome.
A zealous warrior.
Man-at-Arms, not obviously not a fan of Demonomania. Stress Eater's okay, doesn't really matter that much. Meditator, not a fan of it. Man-Eater's fine, but it's not exciting. None of these are really exciting. Beast Hater's good. Spiritual's kind of funny. It's not good, but it sometimes will surprise you that it can do a little bit extra for you. Dark Temptation is bad. Resolution is good. This is a great character. So I don't care about Spiritual. It can incidentally be decent on occasion, but Beast Hater's lockable as a major trait, great. And then Dark Temptation is a great one to get rid of, and then we want Resolution to lock. Only downside about this character, she's level 0. But I'll still take her. A lot of your characters are level 0, right? Like when you recruit them. But we're starting to get to the point where we can get higher level recruits, right? Experienced recruits. We unlocked that last episode. So we want to get people that already are level 1. Because when you hire a level 0 person, they don't have certain quirks unlocked. Unless they're the very unique situation the Abomination does. But everybody else starts with only 4 quirks unlocked. But if they're a level 1 or 2, then they'll start with all their abilities unlocked and they already have everything. Kind of like we just saw with Ansgot here. Ansgot's a nice pickup. Blacksmith. Is there anything I want to do here? I just picked up so many of these. Yeah, I should probably be upgrading one of these. I should probably upgrade the strength of our weapons. Our guys are starting to hit higher tiers now of power, and I want to make sure that I can actually, like... I don't want to over-level our guys without the ability to deal the damage that they should be dealing at that level. So even though I would like to pay less for those upgrades, you know, what I mean by that is I would like to make sure that when I do a blacksmith upgrade, I want to pay less for it. I need to be able to even do it. And there's going to be situations where I need to push my guys and make sure that we're ready to go, and I can't min-max and make sure that I've got the biggest discount. So, all right, what am I thinking about here? Like, what do I want to do next? Mission-wise, let's go look and see what's out there. I guess I should probably look and see if there's any good items here. Oh, the Lucky Talisman. We talked about this in a previous episode. It's pretty solid. Plus 12 dodge is great. Plus 10 accuracy to range skills is great. Minus 10 stress is whatever. This is a solid mid-range item on a grave robber. I mean, honestly, solid. You don't miss with your range skills, and you dodge more, and the character's already got a decent amount of dodge built in. 12% increased dodge, solid. I don't hate that at all. Might be worth picking that up. I could see doing that, yeah. Let's pick it up now. And then otherwise, let's see what regular missions are. Look at this. Okay, we just found an answer to our question. So we just did the courtyard mission. It is a guarantee then, until you finish that mission, that the main line level whatever stays the same item until you defeat it, specifically to the courtyard. What a unique situation. So until you beat this mission on the courtyard, it will always be the same item that it's trying to lure you there with, right? The special, whereas every other mission in the game is not that way. Everything else just randomly re-rolls every time. Interesting. Weird. Huh. Okay, how much blood do we have now? Just throw another person on the team. I don't care who it is. Provision. No, not there. Just darn it. Provision. Alright. We have 3 blood. We need to go to the courtyard again. We are almost out of blood. We are now in a spot where we don't have a choice. We've gone long enough without doing those missions that now we really need to go there. How much stress relief do we have? Okay, these guys, yeah, actually, we could just go again. We can literally just go back with the same team we have from before, and then just switch out. I must be challenged. Yeah, I know that. Let's just go back. There's nothing holding us from going right back to that same mission. We got a healer again. The only thing we don't have now is somebody that can decrease the resistance of the armor of our enemies. In which case, we might just switch maybe our leper for Sinless. Sinless loves this location because he's a bleeding fanatic. So he can kind of ignore their whole, super resistant. We might just switch to this comp and go and just go right back. Yeah, just do a whole game, just constantly go back to until we beat this mission. I can see that. Everybody on our team is pretty low on stress anyways, though. It's not like we're, look at our team. Like, because of all the work that Renee did last time, almost nobody, well, I guess technically Furnival also removed stress. Nobody's really hurt stress-wise. We can just go right back. That's wild. Yep, let's just do that. Go ahead and gear them up and not overthink this. You might wonder why I'm going right back to that mission. I didn't really talk about that. The main reason is because I need ways of dealing with the fact that I'm low on blood, and I want to make sure these guys get some blood, and I beat the missions that are set the best to us. Like this, in this situation, because we have multiple people that are thirsty, I want to take care of that problem by trying to go get as much blood as possible. There is another way you could do that, which is just to go to the wine reserves mission, which is right beside it. That always usually ends up with you getting like 6 blood before you leave. It's like a mission designed for you to go retrieve extra blood. Alright, this is when I could bring like Martyr Seal and set this guy in Death's Door if I wanted to, but I'm not really interested in pushing damage with this guy. I'm just interested in him being a consistent and persistent damage dealer. I'm going to give him Ancestor's Candle, and I'm going to give him Distance's Head. The Lash's Kiss is cute, but it won't even matter this mission because he's not going to be able to do that since we can't really do any form of camping in any guaranteed way. So we're just going to have to focus on constantly healing and removing the stress from this guy. Hilariously, we could just build an entire comp around abusing this guy. You could give him Martyr Seal, and then you could give him Reclaim, and then just have the Clown, I guess the Jester, and the Crusader both constantly spam heal and stress relief from him. And just keep him like close to death's door but not quite dead, and then he'll just keep on hitting for an enormous amount of damage. That'd be hilarious. I could do that, but I'm not really at that stage where I can you know, build a weird comp or intentionally build some degenerate thing. I can't really get away with that right now. I'm going to more focus on just making sure I diversify, make sure my characters all can actually deal damage. I do need to make sure, though, that I level up my character's abilities here, because he was not part of that last group of guys. Make sure that he can deal a lot of damage with these first two. And we're going to see why Sinless is also good at this location, because his Reign of Sorrows can hit those two guys in the back that constantly, the Chevaliers that kept knocking us up in the air and dealing a lot of damage. The two guys that I guess I say two guys, in the mission, in the fights where we were at the most stress and threat of loss, it was when there were two of those Chevaliers. The Chevalier represented the most, like, legitimate threat to us in our fights. But he can deal with them a lot better, because he can reach the back line with his Reign of Sorrows and just bleed them out. And every additional bleed them out will hurt worse than the last one, so really good against those guys. Yeah, I'm okay with this comp we have now. I do want to make sure that I can set myself up for success by having a little bit of kind of a replacement. Like, we're going to be missing, really missing that huge heal, and we're going to be missing the fact that we can remove people's stress. Or not remove people's stress, but remove people's protection. So how do we make up for that? One of those ways is to essentially bleed enemies out. That's how we have Senless, because we're kind of replacing the raw damage of a leper, because we can't really do raw damage anymore since we don't have protection removal, but we can bleed, and that's what he will do instead. Senless will replace that. And then in a trade, we'll get another guy who is a consistent healer. Not as much, but will keep people from dying, you know, and heal them over time, but also can, in a pinch, be a secondary damage dealer, so all of our characters can deal damage now. This is actually pretty good. I'm fine with this. So let's go ahead and set up items, I guess. Pick some items. Oh, we forgot. I can't believe nobody said anything to me last time. We have an item for this location, the Mercurial Salve. I forgot about this. Plus 25% damage versus Bloodsuckers. I forgot to bring this with us last time. This should have been on our team last time. Man. I mean, it doesn't matter. We did very well. I'll probably just give that to Sinless then. This is like a better item than Dismas's Head here, because instead of giving him an extra 20% stress and less health, it just gives him plus 25% extra damage. So it's like, it's just a better Dismas's Head on him in this mission, and he doesn't take extra stress for no reason. Hey, don't forget the Mercurial Salve. Dude, you were clutch. I'm gonna start calling you Occultist. I'm gonna name you. Can I change? I'm gonna change your name in the can I pin? Well, I'm gonna pin it real quick. Pin that comment. I need to put that at the very top so everybody doesn't forget. Don't forget the Mercurial Salve, just in case anybody didn't see that. We'll give him the tambourine like he had last time. Oh, I should have sorted that. I liked the items that they had last time. I think he had this. It was either that or yeah, I think it was like this. Well, we don't actually have the Cultist with us now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Camouflage coat seems fine. No, it was camouflage coat he was rolling. Let's do that. And then Legionnaire, I guess I can give you a number of things. It doesn't really matter here. What am I thinking here, though? I think I give you the Sniper's Ring so you don't miss. And then maybe the Quick Draw Charm so you can start every mission by just killing somebody if possible. Actually, I don't know. I think I might just rather have something like higher accuracy, higher crit. She already has really high accuracy, right? She doesn't miss. She's not gonna miss. I don't need extra accuracy. I just need more damage. I could go with the Quick Draw Charm, just have a high chance of crit. I could also go with something like just flat extra damage. There's a number of choices here. I don't think there's anything that's like obviously good here. Obvious right choice. Huh. I don't know. Extra accuracy if the torch is above a certain amount, extra damage. I think the Sun Ring is fine. She's already got so much accuracy, it doesn't even matter. But the problem with this is actually, no, the Sniper's Ring's not that good. We just saw our characters get pulled around a little bit. The Sniper's Ring might not be great, because if she gets moved, then suddenly that item is not so good. And the Jester can finale and then get put in the back slot, and we have a weird situation where this item just does nothing. It's probably better just to give her the Sunfire Ring. What's that from? Oh, Sunfire Cloak. That's a League of Legends thing. I was like, what is my brain trying to recall from that? Quick Draw Charm. I really want to try this item. Extra speed the first round and then just kill somebody. Because if we could just kill somebody, I really think this item is a lot better than people give it credit for. And her going last every round isn't bad because she's our healer. Like the first round she could just shoot somebody, and then after that first round she could just constantly spam, heal and be the last person to do stuff. I could be on board with this. That's fine. Who else do I have in here? Okay, he's already got his stuff. All right, we already know what we're going to put in this guy. We had it already in it before. I think I had the Paralyzer's Crest, and I think I had the surgical gloves here. I really like the surgical gloves a lot. 8 crit, 5 accuracy, less chance to get moved, but it doesn't matter. Actually, that's better on Sinless. Maybe this is an opportunity to switch this, put this on Sinless. The reason I'm switching this to Sinless is because Sinless is a Flagellant. Flagellants can move back 1 slot, but they can move forward 3. So if he gets put in the far back, he can just run to the front. If our cultist, if our Jester gets put in the front, he can finale to the back or just run to the back. So we are not really hurting in terms of getting moved around. And then our Crusader can also Holy Lance forward if he gets moved. So we're in a pretty good spot movement-wise, even better than our last team was. So we're good there. I think I'm going to give him the Ancestor's Candle instead, because he is doing a solid amount of damage. Extra dodge is kind of funny on this character. Not exactly his thing. It's really more protect that he needs than dodge. I don't know, that seems cute. Dodge is really best on... Oh, hold on. Maybe I should put that on her. Extra dodge, extra damage, extra speed. Yeah, let's do that. Give her that. And then we'll give him something else. Maybe he really should. So what is this again? Plus 30% to healing skills. Minus 50% bleed skill chance. Not here. For sure, no. Sure, yeah. Guess I could go the easy route. The brain dead route here would be to focus ring is so good. It's really, it feels really weird not taking that on a character. Plus crit, plus accuracy. It's just such a strong item. I still feel like this might be better than this item on this location, or just in general. I mean, it's better in general, but like, do we have the amount of raw damage to just kill enemies instantly is the question. Because if we do, then a quick draw charm is great. I don't know. Take the focus ring. I feel bad. I do want to try this item out, but I just feel like this item is just generically more powerful. Furnival here, though, we have a few choices. I think, honestly, I'm probably just going to give him something like maybe Barristan's Head. Extra stress sucks, but I can remove stress like non-stop from him. And then he can just be our huge, huge tank. Does he have... Did I give him... I did not give him Bulwark of Faith. He doesn't really need that, though. We have... Well, actually, no, we probably do more than we normally do because we don't have a healer like we did last time. We have a healer, but not like a crazy, wild healer. It might be worth switching over to Bulwark of Faith and giving him an enormous amount of, like... But Bulwark of Faith feels really bad on this mission because it gives extra torch, and it doesn't do that on this mission. So it just feels like you're not getting as much value out of it. This is ironically one of the situations where I actually was thinking about the Tough Ring, too. Extra... Yeah, just make him deal less damage, but have him always... This might actually be legitimately the right time to do this. Extra protection, extra max HP, minus 50% damage, but he's constantly stunning. The problem is, Furnival, again, has no ability to, like... He doesn't have the ability to, like, taunt the enemies to attack him. He does with Bulwark of Faith, but I don't want to do that, because Bulwark of Faith has, like, less utility in this mission in general because there's no torch. So I guess I just lean in more on his stun, make sure it hits. He's already gonna. He didn't miss the people we were hitting with it. Maybe I just give him stress relief. Sure, serviceable, boring, solid. Let's do that. Now let's get back in there to do another one of these missions here. This poor old thing from the stars over there, left alone. Oh, I said left alone. I saw all these missions here, and my brain was thinking that there was no missions over here in the cove, and he had no ability to be attacked. And I was like. And my brain was like, why would there be no missions at all at that location? It just didn't look like there was by comparison. Alright, let's get on in there. I think I'll make sure I have items selected for everybody. Did I also level up everybody? I said I was going to do that for Sinless. Oh, I did, but just not all of his abilities. I only leveled up the abilities that I cared about at the time. Actually, wait a second. We can level everybody's abilities to level 4, can't we? Is that what I just leveled? Or was it the blacksmith? It was the blacksmith. Oh, that's big. We're gonna hurt now. I need to sell items. I'm gonna level these up immediately. We're gonna go into a little bit of debt here, go down to 345. We're gonna sell some items. You might be like, whoa, you just blew all your money. And you would be right, but I don't care. Because I want to make sure that I have I'm just selling junk here. I haven't used any of these in mission for like a long time, so I like that item. Getting rid of this one for sure, though. I want to make sure I have some money to back for the actual mission that we're about to go on, but I'd rather raw level our character skills because the amount of extra damage they're going to deal. We don't like this item. This item is so dumb. Plus 10% virtue chance. Okay. It's okay. It's just not impressive. Again, I talked about that in the last episode. I always thought virtue chance was even lower. I thought it was like 10% chance. At base, it's 1 in 4, so it's 25% chance that every character can go virtuous. That makes the Abomination have a 35% chance. I don't know. I'm just not that impressed by it. All right, so let's go on into the next mission here. We're going to do one more of those and see where we can go here. I think I have everybody's stuff selected here. Did I level? No, I was talking about doing this and I got distracted. I think these are fine. His stuff is good. I don't really care too much about these abilities that are down here. Reclaim is fine. I don't know. I don't really care too much about those right now. I do want him to level. Okay, he's already got his all the way leveled up. We're good. Everybody's stuff is all the way leveled. Let's go. Embark. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Might have to sell something again. One more thing. I might just sell like a book of stress relaxation. We haven't used it at all in quite a while, so let's get on in there. Yep. So consume an invitation. We know. All right, one more of these. Let's just take all of the food again like we did last time. That worked out very well for us. We will bring a full stack of bandages. I might even bring one extra. Why not? Sure, I did it anyway, so I'll bring a few skeleton keys. Maybe 3 this time. Last time we only used like 1. Maybe I should just bring 2. Shovels, we used every one of them, I think, so I'll bring all of those. The anti-venom, we didn't end up using like at all. Bandages. So I could bring in more than that if I really wanted to. Holy water, we didn't end up using. I need to. Oh, we're out of money. I might have to sell something else. I need to sell something else. Try not to sell unique items I don't have more than 1 copy of if I can, but then after that it kind of gets a little stressful. Yeah, the +1 speed, +4 dodge is fine. I don't really care about that item too much. And then after that, I need to bring blood, don't I? We're almost out of blood. Sure. And then already got the bandages. Bring a few more salves, and then we're out. We gotta go. We're out of money. To make this mission count. I think we're okay. We're just living on the edge. Okay. It's a little nervous when you go down to 0 money. I don't like doing that. All right. Try the sniper ring on the Crusader. Hot take. If you throw it hard enough, the sword could be a sniper. All right. Oh, why are you interacting with this? It's because he wants blood. Yep, there could be blood here. This is okay. This isn't a bad problem. Oh, we surprised him too. Yeah, awesome. All right, let's start to showcase why this guy loves being on this mission. Hit him for 9, blood him for 5. He's gonna die in like almost no time already. All right, I'm gonna mark him, I guess. Make sure that my next shot on him just kills him. And this guy's just dead from bleed. He's gonna take 9 bleed, and then we'll stun the front one. Comp is doing exactly what I wanted to do. This is good. Yep, sure. Oh, and they all dodged. Yeah, see, he's got repost, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Now, one of the things that just silently happened that I didn't talk about that actually worked out in our favor was this guy just did his skewer ability, moved clear to the front, which was bad for us because when he moved to the front, he made it so that my musketeer could not hit him with aimed shot, which is the ability I was going to use afterwards. After using call the shot to mark him, I was going to consume that mark and deal extra damage to him. So that him moving clear to the front, I was like, sneakily, I was like, man, that did suck. I was thinking about that. But then he did the thirst afterwards, a little sycophant, and switched some spots, so it didn't even matter. All right, just kill him. Bleed him out. Hit him for 7. Oh, he didn't get bled that time. That's surprising. He's got really low bleed resist. All right, this is going to hurt a little bit, but it's also going to hurt him a lot. Yeah, we took 2, but he took 20, or 19, but get out
Their
here.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
All right, just kill this guy real quick. I guess I could take a round off and remove stress from our... Is that even worth it? Sure. Just remove stress from our guys. All of our guys are already bloody.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Sure. Whenever you don't attack and then the enemy... Really? Whenever you don't attack and then the enemy is like, oh, you're not attacking me? Now I'm going to punish you really hard for it. I'm always just like, okay. Alright, what's this stun resist? 25%? Alright, I'm just gonna stun him again. Stick around for a whole nother round. Try to heal this guy up if I can. Yep. Man, him going first is annoying. Dude. Then he crits for
Annihilated.
whatever, that's fine. Blood for the burden, bones for the light. But that's definitely a reference to 40k.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Like the... Not Slanesh, who is it? I forget his name, so it doesn't matter. Alright, here we will use... I'll go ahead and use the blood on him. Well, actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until they're wasting, because I want to get the most use out of that blood. We didn't do that last time. I was using it when they were craving, and I shouldn't have done it that way. Alright, I guess I'll walk all the way around. I don't even know what I'm doing at this stage. I don't want to walk back down this hall. That's kind of unnecessary. 3 people are not craving. Alright. Sure. You use a shovel, the first use of the shovel here. She's wasting now, so now I want to help her.
Reward for a task well performed.
Alright, use the blood here on her, because she is bad. I want to make sure that when a person is that bad off, we actually heal them up. Sure! Alright, so now... Huh. Bloodsucker taking a lot of damage here. He's just dead.
Struck.
That's good. We can. I would like to heal my guy here. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. You got it. Got it. Hopefully we get lucky and he doesn't get attacked here. That would be ideal. Nice. Okay, we're fine. I just didn't want to see our flagellant get attacked here, because I don't want to see him go to death's door at the start of the mission.
Unforeseen.
Decreases damage to the whole mission. Now I'm going to use this ability here. Actually, I could do this a few ways. I might just cheese a little bit more damage out when he's low, because I can heal him with my musketeer and just keep on healing him. And suddenly he looks totally fine, right? Yeah. Now that's a lot of damage. That's 2 turns in a row this guy has hit for 6. Stun this guy in the back. What's this guy's damage range? Like, I didn't think it was that high. That's crazy. Hitting for 6 twice is a lot. Yep. Okay, that's annoying. Why are you attacking your teammates, dude? Chill. I know you're craving, but man, remove some stress. Need blood, huh? Really bad. Now I will actually take a second to show you the power of this, to showcase this heal. So I'm going to use this redeem ability, and I'm going to target a teammate, and he heals himself and that teammate. But he's also got the steroid on him, a plus 66% healing received for the next 3 rounds because of this musketeer. So we're going to heal off the charts, as if nothing ever happened. And then now we'll just kill somebody, I guess. I don't know. I could top him off if I wanted to. He's going to get less healing now the rest of the next few rounds. So he's got a lot of healing on top of him. I'm not going to kill this guy if I attack him. Well, she can't attack at all, so it's not even relevant. Is topping it off even worth it? I guess.
Compassion is
Finish
a
it off.
rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
I want... So... Okay, dude. Okay, this little head crab guy has only attacked
our life is taken.
Has only attacked our flagellate this entire fight. He's got a hate bond with that guy. It's actually worked out really well for us though, so it's okay. Keep on attacking him, dude. Whatever. He don't care. Just remove stress from people. I'm being real greedy here. Let you do what you do.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, we're not taking the Citrine, but we do need to take the money. What do we do space-wise here? We'll use the torch. I'll probably just get rid of that torch and just immediately stack like this. Although... No, I want to get the most out of my blood. I don't want to use the blood. I want to hold the blood until I see people are waiting. Oh, this is the torch use that we could have had a second ago. Money, sure.
Finding
No
the stuff
Citrine.
is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
I know you need blood, dude. Chill out. We'll get you some. Alright, empty room. Anything on the map? No, it's just an empty area. Wow. It's been a really quiet mission here so far. Nothing up here at all. I'm not going to go back down that hallway that leads back to the area we've already gone through. I'm just going to go down. There's no real reason to do that. It doesn't lead to anything. As far as I know in this game, there's no way to find a hidden room in a hallway that you've been to both the 2 end caps of that hallway. I don't think you can do that. We're just gonna go down. I have an obstacle in this hallway that we're gonna need to... Okay, hunger check, that's fine. We got infinite food, it's not even a big deal. Alright, sure, use of the shovel here. Doing just fine, we got so many resources. Alright. Okay, I know you want the blood. Sure. We're okay with these fights happening because we want to get the blood. So, sure. Alright, and we will try to hit this guy because this is the guy that like puts repost on himself later. So I'll try to kill him as fast as possible if we can. I could just stun him if I wanted to, and then that's fine. Then he's just gonna die. Oh yeah, he's just gonna die. Okay. Please don't attack. Okay, that's fine. I guess you can...
Destroyed.
It's not what I was really hoping to do there. I was going to actually use him to remove stress from this guy, but that's okay. It works out just fine. Everybody's high in health. This doesn't do anything. None of her abilities matter here. She can't hit the front line. It's ironic. We're very prepared to kill everybody except... Oh, that's nice. That removes just stress. That was extra utility there. Sure. And these guys have silently hit for a lot
Great
more
is the weapon that cuts on its own.
than they usually do. All right, remove stress from this guy. Gosh. He's loaded up on stress. My God. In this guy.
The ground
Just kill him.
quakes.
So much damage. All right, heal yourself. Remove stress from somebody. You don't want to remove stress from him, I guess. All that supports me now is my boiling blood or whatever he said. Okay, sure. All right, dude.
Confidence
Sweet.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh, blood too. Look at that. So we can give you the blood here. Actually, I'll just take this all. I do want to take this emerald, but not enough to force myself to like use up the blood here. I want to hold the blood until these guys are waning. That's always the goal. Always want to hold it until they're waning because I want to get the maximum, like, time of them being. Because the thing is, when I run out of blood, I'm out. All right, everybody's pretty low on stress. Actually, no, they're not. Let's remove stress where we can. None of these guys are really a threat. The only threat here is the guy in the back, and this is where I'm going to show you the Reign of Sorrows. That's fine. These two characters are interchangeable in the front two slots. It doesn't matter. So we'll use Reign of Sorrows, hit the back two. And you'll see where the bleed starts to really matter. Those bleeds are going to really stack up. Hit the back guy here. Yep. Fine. Do whatever you got to do. They're just switching spots, I guess. All right. Stun somebody here. That'll do. Sure. Get somebody out of the rotation for the next round. Yep. Dodge. Dodge is good. Always feels really good to dodge a huge damage ability. It feels like avoiding a shot to the chest. It's 10 damage on him in 2 rounds. Or 10 damage on him really quickly. Remove the stress. I'll probably use my... he's wasting now. Okay, give me some blood. Yes, you're wasting. I get it. So he passed his turn because he was thirsty. See, that's unfortunate because he hit thirsty, and then immediately, because he hit that he was thirsty, he immediately passed his turn. It's like, that's kind of a feels bad. Just try to kill.
Precision.
Didn't expect a crit, to be honest. So that kind of makes up for the fact that the Flagellant didn't get to attack last round.
Give them no quarter.
All right, let's stun. This guy has stun resist. Let's just kill this guy then, I guess. I think he just dies from bleed, doesn't he? Yeah, he will, because he'll have, over this round, yeah, he's going to die on his own. Wow. Remove stress. I'm gonna remove the bleed from this guy if I can. Heal him up. Get rid of that bleed. Knock somebody out. That bleed is so high. He hit him for 9 and then bled him for 5, and that's his entire health bar. Like, disgusting. All right, well, I could attack here, but honestly, removing stress and healing a little bit is exactly what the doctor ordered in this mission. Yep, sure. A little bit of damage. A little bit of bleed. That guy's gonna die anyway, so I don't really care about that. Yep.
As the fiend falls,
you're out. You're gonna die too on your own. Remove stress.
Blossoms.
Do not deny me what I need to survive. Hit your own teammate and stunder. It's pretty brutal. All right, I guess you'll probably heal her and de-stress her now, because that's ridiculous. Right. Heal her. And then he resisted his own bleed there. Yep. Yep, he healed. This guy's just dead. I don't care about him. And then now, because this guy's got extra healing received, right? I could probably... Oh, wait. I could probably... just take this time to heal. A few choices for who I heal here. Heal her, heal... Why does he have such low health? 24 max health? What is that from? Is it from the Crimson Curse? Yeah, minus 20% from the disease. I didn't realize that Crimson Curse... Oh, it's because he's wasting. I was like, why is his health bar so low? Oh, your max health your percentage max health varies with the Crimson Curse. I didn't realize that. Okay, dude. Sure. He doesn't want to be healed.
The blood pumps. The limbs obey.
All right. Heal this guy and stop playing around. Stop denying. Do what I say. And this guy's just gonna bleed out. Nice. Worked out just good for us. Remove some stress then. We got an extra little cheeky move in here to remove some stress, which is good. Everybody's doing just fine. And now I need to give this guy blood.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Probably take over this one bandage, I'll probably take the money. And let's get out there. I do with this portrait, but not enough to drop another item for one portrait. Let's go down. We're doing just fine, guys. We're doing just fine here. I feel like we've almost... I was like walking forward like we were in the hallway. Oh, that's just the end of this location. Weird. Is there like nothing up here? We went through this entire area up here and didn't find a single thing. Huh. No key, nothing. Huh. It's been a long time, so I barely remember what, like, the mission... Oh, these two guys are... We're about to start a fight. I want to make sure I get these guys topped off with blood. So now we can get in there and immediately fight. These guys not feel scared that we're going to die from waning from blood. Yep. Servitude. Raging sight. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Anything that stresses me out doesn't matter that much. Yeah, and switching these two guys' position doesn't matter at all. Because I can just finale out here. Sure. I'm just trying to think of, like, if I'd rather stick around an extra round so I can heal people up, and I think I probably will. Alright, so that guy's gonna bleed out over 2 rounds. I could just hit him real quick and make sure he dies next round. Yeah, he just dies. And then everybody else can focus on healing and take a round off and not have to care about this chick. Sure, you can use Reclaim, or heal that guy. Even if you bleed, it's not that big a deal. Yep. And then remove people's stress. Let's play Doctor non-stop here. And then I'm just going to spam heals on the Flagellant for this whole round. I'm even going to use my Crusader to heal him too, if I can. Careless Whispers. A little bit of damage, sure. A little stress. Horror. Horror on everybody is annoying.
The birthplace of dread.
Let's remove the stress. Crit. And normal stress relief. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, that was from the horror. Start hitting her, take her out of here. Oh, she didn't even get bled. Wow, that's impressive. What's my bleed chance on that ability? That's great. I think that stuns. I think this ability might stun. Maybe not. You must have the blood. You're thirsty. Sure. Heal this guy up. Get him back to normal. Yep. And then de-stress people. People have... Okay, you're going to have to do it to yourself. It's not like this guy's going to be out of work. He's going to constantly see stress added to everybody because of horror here. Alright, stun her out. Or just kill her. That works too. Oh!
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
We love that. Look at all that blood we just found. Fantastic. Okay, so now blood is no longer a concern for the rest of the mission, basically. Like, we're just going to find it incidentally for the rest of the mission. Alright, I might just use these medicinal herbs and remove these random effects on us. And then afterwards just grab these crests. We didn't really use the medicinal herbs last time anyway. Yeah, that's from the horror. Don't get too worried about that. It's going to trigger a few times and that's it. Yeah, so he can't even use this because this is like the 3rd time he's interacted with that curio. Because he's got like Dacnomania and Demonomania. He just keeps on interacting with any of those little things. That's annoying, but yeah. It's marginal. I mean, you find money, I think, or something on those things. We already have a lot of money anyway. It's not that big a deal. Alright, we're just trying to backtrack, and then we're going to go down instead of... Okay. That trap was not on the map from what I could see, so that was interesting. We're just going to head on down after we get through here. Gotta go through a long, slow hallway of nothing. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Alright. There's a nice little intermission commercial there. Alright. Now, hopefully this isn't a whole other section of the same size. It might be. I've forgotten. Oh, he's not going to interact with it this time. Now he's going to let us see what's in it. A single jade? Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't care about a jade. Okay. Alright, take one out.
Executed with impunity.
And everybody else can focus on tearing this guy to the ground. I might not even waste my time. What's he got? He has protection. Yeah, I need extra damage on him. He has protection 40%, so that's not trivial. But this bleed's gonna matter a lot. I'm gonna let the Crusader stun him, and I'm just gonna take one turn to hit the front guy.
Another one falls.
Let the Crusader stun this guy if possible. Full toss, yep. A lot of damage, a lot of stress instantly. That's a seriously powerful ability. It's a lot on one person. Yep. Stun him out. Now we can take a second to let people do their job, like, you know, remove some stress. Let her heal herself. This guy's going to remain marked for one more round, so I'm going to heal her. And then you can hit... Actually, I might actually just use Reclaim on her. Because Reclaim, weirdly enough... So, there's this weird little interaction in the game I got to talk about for a second. So, Reclaim on this character, this Reclaim ability, it heals the person, but it isn't a healing ability. So it's kind of strange. Like, what I mean by that is some abilities make Reclaim's tick heal better, some abilities do not. Her ability, the patch up plus 33% healing received, should actually work with the effects of Reclaim. So if she's going to heal for 3 every round for the next 2 rounds, she should heal for 4, I think, because she gets an extra 33%. Some abilities work with that, some don't. In this case, I think this is the case where it does. So we get a free attack in on this guy, where I can remove some stress. Just attack him. We're not doing too bad on health anyway. Oh, what are stress levels at here? We got a 10 here. It's removing from you, because you're the guy who's been freaking out anyway. Yeah. All right, I'll give you a bandage here, and then we'll slap you. Not a lot of damage on the face, but it bleeds a lot. Yeah, well, did you see that? That heal was crazy. Yes, take a lot. He's gonna die. Yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna take a second.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Now I'm gonna take a second to heal up. Okay, game. Listen to what I'm talking about. Like, when you take a few turns to heal and stuff, this happened just in a previous mission, right? Where we were against, they had one enemy left, and it was just some random guy, and he's like, crit for 11. It's like, okay, this guy's about dead, and he crits for 17. It's like, okay, I get it. You gotta get your little last second lick in there.
Abatement.
Alright, we're gonna heal. Because this mission's over, I don't care. Yep, and then we'll heal. That guy's gonna bleed out on his own, I don't even care. I'm gonna ignore him. Now we're gonna remove some stress here. Excuse me. Bleed out.
A
Get out of
victory.
here.
Perhaps the turning point.
Alright. Pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. You see how much damage he dealt there? He hit us for 17 and stress us. Oh, make sure to use the torch. Make sure you use that when you get a chance. I think I forgot again a few times there. Alright. Got a few things to do in here. Okay, we burn this.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Now we're seeing the downside cost of not picking up the emerald earlier or the single portrait that we dropped. But that's okay. I can't know this kind of stuff is going to happen. I'm going to use some food here. Think about what I would do otherwise here. I don't care about the holy water so much here. Right now, I'll take the portraits. I'll leave the money. We're good. I do want the portraits again because our goal is to build the bank, and we're really close to doing that. Right now, that was weird. The map like zoomed out really hard there. Let's go down. I just have this feeling that anything that's close to the core spine of this like locked room is going to bring us back here anyway. I don't even think I have to care about that. I'm just going to go down. Alright, so people are craving. Oh, yeah, they're craving, but they're not wasting. Okay, I might intentionally give the blood to her to give her a boost in damage here. Boost in damage, yep. I drink, yeah. Plus 4 speed, plus 25% damage. Just kill the bad guy. And then we will rain in blood the back line here. Rain of Sorrows. A little bit of metal reference there. battle ballad. Okay, you don't want to be targeted. I'm God. Okay.
The blood quickens.
And there's not really a good target for this guy to hit. He's just going to have to suck it up and just hit the front line because these guys have a lot of stun, or a lot of stun resist. They have a lot of flat tankiness, so this is just a bad matchup right now, currently for the frontliner. Oh my god, it's a lot of damage. And a stun. Gross. But we're going to see right now why it's so important that we have a way of dealing with the backliners, because these two fat frontliners are doing a lot of work protecting these two backliners that are just doing enormous amounts of damage to us right now. Yuck. Oh, you triggered his extra damage, didn't you? You did. I think you triggered his extra damage. Right? Is that what that is? Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's not below 40% health.
A powerful blow.
I'm just trying to kill these backliners because the two frontliners aren't a threat in the same way as some of the other guys are. There's a few choices here. I could greedily just go to hit another person, which I think I will. Or I could try to do a big heal and heal him and heal the guy in the back. But I think I'm actually gonna try to go for more damage here. She should, what is this, 8 tick? This is a 4 tick. This guy's just dead, right? Almost. If he's not, he will be after the flagellant attacks. Yep, we're gonna take a lot of damage here. So much damage. And a bleed too, bro. Just leave her alone. This is when it looks really bad. Whenever like you have to just keep attacking the same character over and over and over and over. Okay, sure.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
I gotta take a second to just relax after that. The percentage chance of hitting down is extremely low. I'm just gonna double take it. See, when the flagellant dies, it's extremely rare for the flagellant to die in Death's Door. His entire kit revolves around playing that minigame. It looks really bad when it happens, but when he goes to Death's Door, a bunch of good things happen. And then when he dies, like the designers of the game knew that giving him the ability to die is an important part of the game. But when he does die, it feels really, really, really punishing and bad. And so they had to do something. And in this case, what they did was they gave a stun thing. So if the flagellant dies, he applies like a 250% stun to every enemy on the opposing team. That's how bad it feels when the flagellant dies. That's why they decided to do that. See, these guys are all dead. All we had to do was survive one more round, and we couldn't do it.
Masterfully executed.
We have to leave early here because we have no real damage dealer anymore. Yep. Everything looks good other than that. That sucks, man. The flagellant dying there is so not clutch. But that's kind of that's the rub, right? Sometimes, like, you know, a bad thing like that happens and you can't do anything about it. It's just these guys do represent an enormous amount of damage here. Yeah, I would have rather lost the Musketeer too, but at the same time, it is what it is.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
So map-wise, what are we going to do here? We do need to probably leave here because we just took a huge hit. But I do have a lot of food, so I could probably push a little further. Even though we only have 4 guys here. Take our items here. The food, we're going to keep that. We're probably not going to stick around long enough to use all these items, so what do I want to take and what do I not want to take? Probably drop the skeleton keys. Take the... I might just go. Yeah, that's fine. It's not exciting by any stretch. What is there? Is there even anything in here that I really need? I don't really care. Oh, I need to get rid of my bleed though. And so I just tilt when that happens. All right, that's okay. That's okay. Let's continue on. I'm gonna go at least one more room. I think. Because my guys are all fine, other than the fact that, you know, that happened. We're okay. What, can she attack from the slot too? She can't, so she needs to switch to the back. Alright. That was brutal. Whatever. We lost our shovel.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
Now she's thirsty. Burden this out here with Her. Come on. Alright, and this will remove a bunch of stress from her, and then... I don't know if there's anybody in this room, but we're going to go in anyway. I'm just going to try to get a cheeky little extra room found real quick while we're getting ready to leave here. Push when you can, you push when you can. We'll go another one. We're fine. We're not in a really bad spot right now. Yep. Yeah, stress has been essentially a non-factor in this mission. It's just that, as I said, like, the one thing that's terrifying in this mission is you can just take an enormous amount of damage from the skewer guys, and you can't really do anything about it. Sometimes it just rolls, unfortunately, and in this case it did. But we're still okay. It's just that we can't really, you know, push the same depths we would normally would. That's why I aggressively culled the keys and all those other things, because we got to leave here soon. But it's so funny, because even though we lost the flagellant, we're, like, still doing just fine. Look at this. Although that was only 2 enemies, so, I mean... Alright, so this is worth thinking.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Do I take... No, I still don't care about that. It's a single onyx over what I have. I'd rather just keep the food. Use the food aggressively. We're not staying around long enough to actually use it all, huh? So... we don't have any shovels, so here we'll just, I guess, throw something random at it. No, we don't even have anything that interacts with it. Does blood interact with this thing? Nope, it didn't. They had some special text for this mission. Okay, food. Random hunger check is fine. Use up what we have while we have it. I just hope we don't run into a crocodilian. That's my biggest fear. If we see a crocodilian, we run, and we run, and we run. Okay, well, nothing's here, so, okay. That's fine. Go back. Oh, a random fight is kind of going to be in this hallway now. Gonna get ambushed. Ooh, corpse eaters. Okay, so we need to take these guys out fast, because she, like, interacts with these other guys. Okay. Alright, just... These guys have, like, really high stun resist, don't they? Yeah, just take one of these out. We need to take one out, because we at least we got a lucky little, a surprise on them, which is good. Sure. Alright, Careless Whispers. I think this is a stress ability. I don't really care about that. Horror.
The abyss returns.
It's fine.
Even the boldest gaze.
Skeet Shot. You being in the 3rd slot is really killing us here. Okay, Oh, the reason that happens is because we used Finale earlier, that's right. Damsel in Distress. Oh yeah, you're making him guard. That's fine. We don't care, we're trying to kill this guy anyways. So just kill that guy. And then it's just her versus us now with nothing on her. That's great. Now, she can't hit that front line, which does suck, right? That's the problem. She can't hit front line. We were kind of relaxed. Now she's shooting her teammates. Okay, dude. All right, heal him up since you took his health off. And then, well, you can't do anything but Finale her.
Eradicated.
Which is kind of good anyways, though, so it's fine. All right.
This expedition
we can leave
at least
now if we really wanted
promises
to.
success.
I mean, we really could here. Just... grab this and grab the 1 portrait. Do we want to do that? And drop the 12 food. I'm gonna push 1 more. I'm really greedy here, but I'm gonna do it. I need to switch her spots before we get into a fight. She needs to be able to attack on the back line. She needs to be in the back 2 slots to be able to attack here. All right. Oh, okay. This is a really easy fight, so I'm fine with this. Just take one out. I'll bleed him, hopefully. Yep, he's just dead. You can just kill one in the back.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Sure. 2 damage. A little bit of stress. And a stun. Wow. You have a max roll on that one, huh? You're keeping the blood for yourself, aren't you? I just hit the clown and double stunned him? He was already stunned. Stop. Leave him alone.
Be gone, fiend.
Okay, this clown is getting whooped on. Heal up.
A momentary abatement.
Alright. Is that the 3rd fight we've had in a row where the last enemy critted to be like, hey, it's not over yet? I think that's literally the third last enemy in a row that got to attack into that to us. We get it, dude. You lift weights. Alright. Yeah, no drops for that mission.
Victory.
switch spots.
But a victory nonetheless.
Sometimes they won't switch spots. They'll have random act outs because they don't want to do something because they're thirsty for blood. And I hate when they do that whenever you're out of a mission because it's like, okay, now you're just annoying because I'm gonna get you to switch anyways. You're just trolling. That's the third one of these in a row he's interacted with. Third in a row. 3 out of the 4 in this mission he's interacted with and robbed us of being able to get a treasure from it. All right, we'll use the food on him. Get in there and fight. Whatever we see is whatever we see here. Nothing. Even better. We're just rolling along here, trying to gather as much info as we can, even though we lost a guy. Despite having lost a guy, we've still made a lot. We've still crossed a lot of ground here. I still feel pretty good about this mission. All right, this is gonna be a test. All right, we gotta take out the first two guys instantly.
Impressive.
Okay, well now we're good. I was worried him missing. He misses sometimes. Because now we're just gonna roll through one shot on him. We're gonna have the Crusader attack the Maggot, and then afterwards we're going to hopefully get the chance to have the Musketeer attack before the Jester. Okay, well, never much gets stunned. I was gonna say we're gonna finale and deal a lot of damage to the bad guy. We can still do that, it's okay. Okay, well, the worst possible things could have happened. Well, the Jester's really having a bang-out performance this round, but Jester's the only person that did anything these last few rounds. All right, kill this guy. She can't do anything, so she's gonna just sit there. He's gonna do his howl or whatever he's gonna do. Howl's right. And now I'm gonna let the Jester just instant finale kill him. Get out of here. Oh wow. Oh, he has 40% protection. Gotta remember, he's not taking full damage from things. That doesn't really matter that much, though. Man, he's landed his stuns. This mission, they've landed their stuns for sure. This isn't really a good use of a turn, but it might remove some stress. Okay, sure. Stun this guy out if we can. I'd like to get him to stick around a whole other round. That way we get another little cheeky heal in if we get the chance to go first here. That's fine. Banjo, heal a little. Banjo. No, it's the loot, but he might go. If he doesn't, then we can heal. Even better. We can't heal because of the stress heal, I guess. The location really sucks. Her being in slot 2 really sucks here.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade a sharpened blade.
Now I'm interested in leaving. So we use up the food here. We take the money here. 500 gold is not a lot, so I guess we would take the emerald over that. Just go. Yeah, let's go. Not the ideal outcome, but we still did pretty good.
And learn from it.
Because even though, you know, we lost our flagellant really early, which was disappointing, we still did pretty good. I mean, we still walked out of there with quite a bit of gold and 42 crests, made a decent distance across that mission. That's also, this is going to sound pretty brutal and pretty, like, you know, utilitarian, not very compassionate to say. That's one less person that we have to worry about feeding blood for, so that's nice too. But it is unfortunate because I think that's 3 different flagellants we've had that have, like, all died, and I think they all had some kind of a, man, you got rid of your Eldritch Slayer for Lurker, extra crit for melee skills, and anemic, like, the worst possible rolls possible on these guys. I'm getting just unfortunate.
Back across the sticks. Boatmen be damned.
So this is what I was talking about. This is a very rare event that can happen. By hateful curse or malign miracle, it seems that even death may be defiled in this damnable place. Only one of these soldiers may be returned to the living from beyond. A rare event can occur where we get to return one person from the dead. If you remember who these characters are, I think this is our antiquarian from our first antiquarian we ever had. From the first episode, I think, maybe. Oh, no, this isn't. Her name was, started with an M. Marilu or something like that. I can't remember her name, actually. And then you, though, was a later one. We don't really care about this character. She doesn't really have any good abilities here. This is the occultist that just died a little bit ago. He had like 70 abilities. Scientific is, you know, fine. Early Riser was good. Hard Noggin's fine. He had some okay abilities. He's level 4. We might take him. Is this our flagellant that just died? This isn't... There's a bug here. Is anybody else seeing this? All of his abilities are level 1. They weren't level 1. Unless this isn't the same flagellant. I swear this is the flagellant that we just had die, right? I'd love it if somebody could go back and let me know that. I'm almost... Yes, okay, time for Sinless 2.0. What a goated name. That's what I was saying. Sinless is a sweet name, but his abilities are bugged. He didn't have level 1 of everything. I know for a fact these were 2 level 4s and these were level 3s. Why are his abilities bugged? What happened? Yeah, this is him too, because he had the Lashes Kiss. Well, all of their abilities are level 1. Wait. Huh? Hold on. I'm gonna come back here. I don't lose out on that because I didn't do it. Look at this. I love how the graveyard is actually glowing because we get to return one person to living. Let me look really quickly and see, like, on my team who I have and who I don't have, so that I can determine who I would want to bring back from the dead. Because I want to make sure I bring back somebody that makes sense. Do we have? We have one flagellant. He has Unholy Hatred. He has Warrior of the Light. Warrior of the Light is good. Unholy Hater's okay. Not on him, though. Guilty Conscience is terrible, and Paranormania is bad, so that he's not really a good flagellant. Do we have any... We actually don't have an occultist, though, at all. Would I rather have the occultist, or would I rather have... The thing about the occultist is if I take him back, he's already level 4. Sinless... I could always just rename one of the characters Sinless. I really like that name. It's sweet. I do like it. The problem is, I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna let's assume that game isn't bugged and it's just on the screen it's bugged. I'm gonna guess if we buy him back, all his abilities will level to whatever level they're supposed to be. Since it did it to every character, I'm guessing they're all bugged out like that until we bring them back. Obviously, we're not bringing back a level 0 character. Here's a level 4 and here's a level 3. Would we rather bring back a level 4? Yes. Do I like these abilities? I like Early Riser a lot. Do I like Hard Noggin? Yes. Do I think it's an incredible stat or an incredible thing? Not on this class. It's solid. It'd be a lot better on a character that had like a riposte ability, but it's solid. Cove Scrounger's mediocre, Balance is mediocre, Resilience mediocre. Scientific is funny because he doesn't heal from Divine Grace, which is a great lock on this character. Him having locked Necromania is annoying. I hate that. That's so much money to get rid of. Cave Phobe is kind of funny because this character is really good at the cave, so that's kind of annoying. So maybe I'd take a round. If I brought this guy back, I'd be spending time getting rid of Cave Phobe and locking Early Riser, and then maybe locking Hard Noggin and getting rid of Necromania. That's a lot of investment. Whereas Sinless has Eldritch Slayer already locked, and I spent money to lock that. His Dud Hitter, which is trash. I don't know how he got unfortunate enough to lock this. But he does have a good lock to good quirk here. Dark Temptation's terrible. Scientific is not great on him. I don't know. I'm not sure which one to take. Oh, Magnus. Oh, I'm sorry. A guy jumped in here. Big heals. 3 free blood is great for full vamp party. Skull Toss sucks if it's worse. I think I had a guy jump into chat. Magnus, I'm not sure if you're still here, man. I'm sorry if I didn't catch you talking here in the chat here. I probably missed you. I need to pay better attention to that. But he says Skull Toss sucks. It's worse for you if you ever have a guy with a tree branch smackdown as well. Oh yeah, you're talking about the giant in the Wield. Yeah, that guy's obnoxious. We've been very fortunate to not get hit by the tree smackdown yet. I don't know who to take. I really don't know who I would rather have. Like, I think Eldritch Slayer is incredible. Dead Hitter is terrible, especially in this class. It's one of the worst quirks in the game on this class. But it doesn't make an obvious, choice. I mean, I know what to get rid of on him. But I don't like Dead Hitter, and I also don't like Dark Temptation. And that's like 7,000 gold I've got to do to invest into him to make him better. And he's just like, it's not that great. I've already invested a little bit of money in the Eldritch Slayer, but that's a sunk time fallacy. I mean, if I don't take him, if I take the occultist here, if I don't take him, then I've lost out on all the things I did with this guy to get into level 4, right? That's a silly argument. But him having locked Necromania is also bad. I don't like Cove Phobe. I don't like Scientific in general, but it's fine in this class because he's going to be the primary healer when he's on the comp, so this is actually a fine thing to lock. Early Riser is great, but it isn't locked yet. Hard Noggin is great. It's not locked yet. Who would I bring back if I could choose anybody? I really think it's probably the Occultist because he's a higher level. Clotter? Ashen's awful, but Clotter, look at this. Clotter and then Ashen to offset it. Klepto's bad. Yeah, we could just get Drew here, and then just rename him Sinless, and I'd be fine with that. I like Sinless, it's a good name. I like how every one of these characters has like a Monseu, Drew, or like French sounding names. I think I might just take Drew and rename him like Sinless. Or like, I don't know, I don't really necessarily need to. I just think the name's cool. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we'll take the Occultist here. Feels bad. We have two, wait, what level is he? He's level 1. He's already leveled up too, which is even better. And he's got every ability unlocked. Yeah, let's just take this guy. He's got Armor Tinker, so I can quickly upgrade him to get him caught up and up to speed. I can lock Clotter, which is even better because then I can lock the thing that gives him more bleed resist, so that he's less likely to. Yeah, this is an obvious pick. Okay, we're taking him. Although I do need to pick us up a Fear of Eldritch and Fear of Beasts girl. Afraid of everything. Eldritch Hater. I've seen this combination roll on these guys so many times. Eldritch Hater and the Yips. Stop it. Okay, I guess. I'm gonna take Melily. Sure.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
And then we're gonna need to get rid of someone. I'm not sure who yet. Is there anybody that has abilities that are locked that I don't like? So this is the hard part, right? Looking for people and seeing if there's anybody whose abilities just suck. Essentially, whoever I get rid of here is going to be somebody who has like low level and doesn't really have any abilities I care about. Let's look at classes actually. How many people do we have? Like, oh, I think we had 3. Yeah, 3 of these guys. Precise Striker, Risk Taker. We took this guy because he had Risk Taker. Precise Striker is whatever. He's not really a melee guy most of the time. He was level 1, so he gets to unlock all of his abilities, so that's worth considering. This guy has nothing unlocked yet, but he has Clotter and all these weird bad abilities, but Clotter's good. And then he also has, like, we'd have to get rid of Automatonophobia, and we'd have to get rid of Compulsive, and we'd have to get rid of, no, just those 2. Deviant Taste and Enlightened are okay to lock. The other 2 we want to get rid of. And then this guy has Eldritch Slayer, which is good, but not really important. We could easily just get rid of Sigior. The reason I'd consider getting rid of him, even though he has 1 good quirk, 1 insanely good quirk, by the way, and then 1 whatever quirk, is because this guy's already got 1 really good quirk, and he's got 2 bad good quirks. Like, I'd like to lock. He's got 2 bad quirks, though, too, which sucks, but... Precise Striker, Risk Taker... I don't really care about this character. The Risk Taker's cute, but he's not really a damage dealer. He's more of a tank, so I could probably justify getting rid of him, actually. I'll probably just drop him. Let's just drop... Well, no, he's level 1. The other 2 guys are still level 0. I think that's already not the choice here. So, would I rather have the single guy with Eldritch Slayer? It's so weird to get rid of a guy with Eldritch Slayer, but I really think that Burn is a better choice. Even though he's got, 4 bad things, 2 of them are like things that I could easily pay to get rid of right now, and then 2 of them are good things that I would love to lock. We're gonna get rid of Siguir. Siguir? Let me get rid of him because his name's annoying. Get out of here.
Those without the stomach for this place must move on.
And unfortunately, as sad as I am that we lost Sinless there, I'm gonna take the Occultist.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
I would have rather taken Sinless if, it would have been really good for content, have Sinless come back from the dead or whatever, but realistically, it's just a better choice. I think that since we already had 2, which I'm going to change one of their looks here, I'm going to change the way it looks just a little bit here, just to make sure that we have some kind of diversification in their visuals. I'm kind of tempted to change the people's names around. I haven't really played with that. I need to, but anyway, looking at the rest of this though, let's see what else we got. Commander's Orders. We've talked about this item. This kind of item's weird. Plus 15% stress heal received. Interesting. Plus 33% healing skills, weird. But you can make your Crusader a healer, it's just really weird. Making him a healer. But it is something you can do. Which is not something you think about making him do. We don't have any business looking at items. We're not buying items this round. We have so many people now that are like low on... Or we have so little money right now, we have no business looking at that. One nice thing is we just gathered, I think, a lot of blood. Let me look and see. Okay, dude, just give me a person. Yes, embark. I just want to see. We have 3 blood. So, people-wise, what do we have? We have 4 guys here. I'm so tempted just to keep on going to this location until we get this knocked out. And we do have a comp built for it. We could literally just go back right now. We have 4 dudes that all have... Man, these guys are going to be battle-hardened by the time this is over. I could just bring these 4 again. We could just say the heck with it. None of these guys are really low on health. Bring in Evel. And just go for it again. This is wild. I've never done this before. Just go to the same mission multiple times in a row like this. Who was the other person? Oh, it was Sinless. So now we need to give this guy a few items. Then we're going to go right back in there. I'm not even looking at the other missions, even though I'd love to go do something else. What's Ancestors Vintage? Very rare. Delayed Curse Craving, sure. Even though these other items are cool or whatever. Oh, I would like to get this item at some time. The Demon's Cauldron, plus 30% stun skill chance, plus 40% debuff skill chance, plus 3% crit. Like, this is a great item for the Occultist. The Legendary Bracer is also a really good item I'd like to get a hold of. Plus 20% damage, minus 1 speed. Just a great item in general. So is the Bullseye Hat. Love to get that too. So is the Moon Ring. These are all good items. I just want to... I don't know. Maybe I should take a round off and go do one of these missions and set ourselves up for a better future here. I could easily do this, and then I could just bring... Yeah, I could do that. Take a round off here. Do I even have a backliner for this mission, though? Oh, I do. He did come back with level 1 abilities. What the heck? Is that a bug? I've never seen that before. I don't know if that's how that's supposed to work. Weird. Huh. I am tempted to go do one of these missions just to go get... Is this a long one? It's a long mission. Ugh. I'm tempted to go to this mission specifically because there's a Legendary Bracer. But if I go do that, then I'd be spending more time delaying the whole problem of not having any blood. I don't think we can. I think we have to go. We need to bring this blood craving to a heel. Either come hell or high water, we need to get some extra blood from this mission, or we need to like stop our guys, get a cure or something. So I'm gonna run in here with what I've got here. I think here, just throw in some accuracy ring. Does she have that? She has it. He needs that though, more than she does. And then we'll give her. I don't really care too much here. I guess I can give her the Sniper's Ring. I don't like the Sniper's Ring on her in this mission because she switches spots with the Jester. The Jester ends up in the last slot occasionally. Oh, we need to bring Mercurial Salve. What am I talking about? It's extra damage to Bloodsuckers here. Interesting. Maybe it's better to give him extra crit, extra flat damage. Like this, and not bring the Berserker's Mask? Or is it better to go like this and then switch to like the Solar Crown for the Mercurial Salve? It might be. You just have him build more raw damage. Because the Leopard hits like a truck already, so he'll probably just take out most enemies we hit. And then this will make these two guys like a dual frontline threat. Yeah, that's probably a better choice. And then here, do I have the item that increases healing? Well, not Junia's head. I mean, like, there's an item that gives the... I don't think I have it. I don't. There's an item that gives the Arbalest or the Musketeer, same class, different name, the ability to heal more. Mercurial sap comet is pinned for a reason. Yep. That's so funny. I did bring it. That's so funny. It's pinned for a reason. Healing received is not what we're looking for. We're looking for, like, heals people more, but I don't know. I think we're probably okay. She can heal people and then afterwards be... Yeah, I think we're okay here. I think healing has not really been our issue. It's been bleed that's been our issue, and like the sudden onslaught of multiple hits that just dropped us to 0, followed by a bleed. You know, you can't really do anything to protect yourself against those high range of variance like items. Or let me say that slightly differently. You can't really do anything to protect yourself from the bad situation where an enemy attacks, and then a third enemy attacks, all the same target, and then bleed stacks. Sometimes that just happens. As I said, like, this game is, I think it's in the first week when you play the game, the game gives a warning. It's like, this game is about making the best out of a bad situation. You will lose characters, etc., and so forth. Sometimes it does suck when you lose a guy, and you feel like really bitter about it, and it can really set, like, you know, put you in a bad mood. That's why I kind of sat back for a second when I lost my flagellant, because I was like, you know, sometimes like that, you know, you can't do anything about it. You know, in that case, you know, I could have possibly done something slightly differently, but I don't really feel like I played that wrong. I just feel like sometimes, you know, bad things happen, and you try to minimize your influence on that bad outcome, right? So it's like, okay, I did as much as I could to prepare myself, but sometimes a tornado hits you, right? It's like you can do all the right things, you know, through your life. You can try to, like, save your retirement. You can try to be the best, you know, neighbor you can possibly be to everybody that knows you. Be a best friend. Be involved in your community. You know, go to exercise. Go to the gym every single day. Eat right. Do the right things. You know, speak with, you know, conviction in your voice. Just be an all-around, you know, stand-up individual that people want to be around. But sometimes a tornado just hits your house, and it's like, does that mean that you shouldn't try to do your best? No. But at the same time, it does feel really bad sometimes when you feel like you did the right thing and something else, like someone else who was less prepared, does well or whatever, but you can't think of it that way. You just got to kind of press on regardless. It is what it is. So I think, in this case, I think we're pretty well set. For our comp is pretty good here. It does feel really weird to have this character focus on dealing damage while simultaneously being the stun dealer. But while he deals less damage with stun, he does 50% less damage. This is kind of making up for that. If I just attack with Smite will hit for 125% base damage because, well, I mean, I've got the Mercurial Salve. But the thing about it is, the reason I'm really putting this damage thing on him instead of the Leper, is mainly because the Leper already does a lot of damage already. And I'm really just trying to kind of diversify my threats. If I have, the comp as it sits right now is a much better, broad-spaced team that everybody in the team can deal damage when needed. Right? Everybody can deal a little bit of damage if I need to rely on them to do so. Although I do want to switch these guys' spots because the Leper has no ability to move to the front, and if he gets put in third slot, it's bad. And I'd rather the Crusader be in slot 2. Slight change of plans there. I am really frustrated though because I really do want to get the Legendary Bracer. It's my favorite item in the game. I mean, it looks cool. It's kind of like a mystical Viking kind of like bracer look to it. 20% flat damage at the cost of 1 speed. Now you'll notice a lot of times I kind of ignore the plus whatever stress. It's because like the better items in the game all just have this random extra stress thing on there. I honestly don't even see that as a big deal because later in the game you have so many meaningful ways of fighting against stress. Like we've seen in this last few missions, I was constantly spamming stress relief with this guy, our Jester. We actually had 3 people on our team that can actually remove stress. The Jester is the primary stress reliever. She can technically remove stress whenever she uses her last ability here at the Skeet Shot. It's marginal. I agree. And then he can pretty easily remove stress too, so we're good there. And we've also got multiple people on our team that have the ability to remove stress through camping, so if that ever even comes up. So I think we're pretty good for that. And she can heal, he can heal himself, he can heal people, just bring a lot of food. I think we really are in a good spot to go to this mission. But like I said, I'm just a little disappointed because I'd like to get this Legendary Bracer. I think it's a really strong item. I mean, I think it's as good as Dismiss's Head. Right, Dismiss's Head is 25% damage, this is only 20% damage, but Dismiss's Head also gives you plus 20% stress instead of plus 10%. And Dismiss's Head also lowers your max health, whereas this only lowers your speed by 1. I actually think this is better than Dismiss's Head. I'm sure percentage-wise, Dismiss's Head, that's such a weird word. Dismiss is Dismas's head is might be better marginally, but I actually think the legendary bracer is insane. I think it's my favorite item in the game. Yep, we're going right back into it. Gluttons for punishment, apparently. All right, grab all that. Grab our 4 of these, I guess. Grab some bandages. We love the bandages on this mission, it seems like. And then I'm not gonna worry about anti-venom. We didn't even use it last time. I'll bring a few, not many medicinal herbs. Seems like we don't need that many of them at all. So we got 2. It looks like, I know that the leper brings the medicinal herbs. I have to do a check later on. The Crusader brings a holy water. One of these 2 must also bring that. I think she brings a single bandage, right? Yeah. She brings a bandage. So it must be the Jester who brings 1 medicinal herbs, which is weird. I didn't know that. Alright, grab our keys. 2's probably fine, maybe 3. Holy water we haven't even been using, but I'm going to bring them. Just hopefully at some point I'll remember to use them. We got the shovels already, we don't need that. We got the bandages, we got the medicinal herbs, we got the keys, we got the holy water. We don't really need the laudanum. I'm not bringing the laudanum. I only really ever bring the laudanum on the farmstead. This item is good on the farmstead, but until you get to higher level missions, most enemies don't apply horror, so I don't really even pay attention to it in the early game. I've been bringing 10, I think, of these, and then we have to bring all the blood, because, we have to use it as soon as we need it. How are these guys doing? Craving, not craving? We're gonna have to use it all immediately? I don't like that. Well, not immediately, but, like, pretty quickly. At least we have blood, That's one way of looking at it. Let's go. Make sure we have all our items, or all of our characters ready to go. All their abilities properly selected. Yep, that's fine. Take 3! Alright. Salve. Mercurial sap, top comment, yeah. Alright. Not gonna pick on you for saying the wrong name. I do that crap all the time. Let's see what we got here. Well, we could have made it to this room without any trouble. Let's go down, I guess.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
I guess I'll use a bandage right away. I forgot to use the torch. That's okay, though. It doesn't matter. I can use it as soon as the turn starts. Yep. Alright, use the torch. Give everybody some stress. Or I guess some accuracy, I mean. Take one of these guys out. Oh, wow. Didn't kill him. It's actually surprising. You got it. I'm gonna just try to just have her focus down the guy in the back, and that's it. Ignore everything else. Nice, that's a good way to start this. Okay, so you need the blood, that's fine. Yep, relieve it last. And then just try to rip this guy apart. I'd love to start banjoing and all that. I say banjoing, you know what I mean. I'd love to do all that right now, but I can't afford to. Oh. 25 dodge. He does have a lot of dodge, I didn't even realize that. Okay. Yep. Stunned too, man. You're really making the beginning of this game hard. And then healing up here. Alright, kill this guy.
Their formation
One down.
is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Yep. Okay, he's waning. Okay, am I crazy? Did he tick waning and then immediately his health went back to max? He had less health a second ago, and now he has... What just happened? Oh, it's because he's waning, now his max health is lowered. I see. Now his health is back down. His max health lowered because he went too thirsty. I see. Alright, let's just stun one of these guys again. Or try to. Last time we missed this guy, but that's okay. Can you kill this guy for us, please? Get him to 1. It's so frustrating.
Ringing ears. Blurred vision. The end approaches.
What are you gonna... Come on. The Craving, you gonna attack a teammate? Nope, that's fine. Just kill one of these guys, please. There's. Now you're gonna crit. Critting when an enemy's at like 1 is so annoying. Alright.
Press this advantage.
I'm
Give them
glad
no
we have this
quarter.
this Jester. This Jester's done almost all the work for us in this entire mission. I'm gonna be greedy here and just heal. Get rid of some stress here. Get rid of some stress here. Get rid of as much as we can, because yep, remove stress, remove anything we can while we can get away with it. Yep, do what you gotta do. It's a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of damage on a heal. Alright, heal yourself up here, remove that stress. Stop bleeding our guys out. We're okay. You got it. I don't care, heal. I'm not wasting a blood stack on 3 damage. Sure, whatever. I said I'm not wasting a blood stack. I mean to say I'm not going to waste a bandage on it. Did she heal herself before? Yeah, heal yourself again. It makes every subsequent heal after that stronger. God, leave that guy alone. It's just like they know how to attack the weakest guy on the team. The lowest health guy. Heal yourself. I haven't got the warning that we can't play with somebody, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm just letting this go as long as I can. Until I get the warning that says you can't play with this enemy or whatever, I don't care. Okay. I'm gonna keep spamming removal where I can get away with it, sneakily, cheekily, get in there and do this. Heal yourself.
Soothed.
She's at max there. Great. Remove stress from yourself. And now suddenly we're really doing well here. Let's finish these scum and move on. Okay, sure. But now we're getting stressed because of the fact that we didn't... Do you see it? He's literally just attacked this guy over and over and over and over and over. It's like, I get it. I get it. Leave that guy alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Like, what the heck? I can't attack him because this Jester won't be able to reach him, but we're just going to attack him.
Decimated.
I literally think that one guy attacked our Crusader, he certainly 3 times, maybe 4 times in a row.
Trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Heal. Eat. We don't care. Great. Alright. Forgotten box. Okay. Hey, there's the red key! The key of anger. Great. That's the red key that opens that door. So we need to go back there and unlock that door now. Great. Awesome. I guess that's an option. Although I don't even know why we'd want to right now. I mean, maybe we need to. Maybe we don't have to. Because I don't know if we can skip it. Because if we can figure out a way of getting around this room, look at this hallway, right? This locked door here. If we go clear back to open this door, what's it gonna do? Like, what I'm saying is, if we have to go clear back to unlock that door, so be it. But if there's a sneaky way here to get into this hallway without using the red key, perhaps we can skip that entirely. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get around that. Oh, this is the guy who, if you give him blood, will give you items. I can't do that because we've got a craving guy here. I can't afford to give away blood. We are not in a position to just be giving away blood. Alright. Here, what do we got here? Oh, a blank room. Yeah, we might not be able to sneak around. It's not looking like it's gonna work out that way, but we'll still try. This guy's negative effects, his Dacnomania and his, Demonomania and all his other crap has just been obnoxious. He's interacted with so many curios, so he didn't need to. He really is like the Joker or something. Like, he's just chaotic. We're gonna go up. I don't know where this leads. I don't know if this is a dead end. I have no idea. Maybe we sneak around. Is this dead end? Dead end? Not. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't think we found a sneaky way around. I think we're gonna have to go back all the way. To use that red key, that sucks. Dang. Dang, that sucks. Oh, wait! Oh! Whoa! We get to do it. We can sneak around the red key. Okay, cool. This time he didn't interact with it. Great. That's awesome. We can skip some
If
steps
only
here.
treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I'm just gonna switch this way. Oh, I guess I should use the holy water on a few of those random things. I need to use the holy water. The second I see it, I keep forgetting that. I cannot remember to use the holy water on things for some reason now. I think it's because this mission is so different. We're gonna try to use the holy water on this guy. I don't know what it'll do. Okay, no. Okay, sure. I'm not gonna use the blood on him. I know the blood gives him... It is useful to give him the blood, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's use a shovel on him. The reason I'm not going to do it is because I want to make sure that I get the most value. We take this guy out immediately. Because he removes the large corpse eater, I think, removes your attack damage, like slowly eats it, and then the other guy in the back is just going to waylay us. We need to make sure we take this guy out quick. Just raw damage him.
Well struck.
Oh, the crit looks really good. That was nice. He has, like, no chance to be stunned, right? Just bleed this guy. Get him out of here, like, as fast as possible.
Inspiration and improvement.
Try to kill him instantly. I could just get him gone. I don't want to see this guy. Nice skull toss dodge. That was awesome. All right, so he's just dead, which is great. We can pray. That's what I'm talking about. I think it like lowers your attack damage. Lowers my damage by 40%. Get out of here, dude. Sure. We'll just stun him, I guess. He's just gonna die anyways.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
All right. Then from here, you can reach them. Go ahead and start bleeding them. And you can't remove anything here. I guess we can just have you shoot. I might actually just start healing. I could have her start shooting this guy, but the body's going to go away in a few rounds anyway.
Beyond one's limits.
And if I can take some time off, he's dodged twice. That's insane. I can take a bunch of time to, like, remove stress. That corpse eater reminds me of an item or maybe bounty hunter ability that increases damage against enemies that take up to 2 slots. Not sure if it's covered in your playthroughs yet. Yeah, so you're talking about like the bigger they are or something like that, like plan takedown or something like that. Yeah, the bounty hunter's abilities to take out bosses are unparalleled. There's no character in the game that deals with bosses anywhere near as efficiently as the bounty hunter does. He is your go-to boss destroyer. I don't really talk about it too much because in the current playthrough we're in, we haven't really had need for it. We've been very fortunate that because I made sure to fight bosses when my characters were at max level for the level that we were on, we've not needed the extra damage. We've essentially been able to kind of get through on just the raw damage our characters have needed.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
He's dodged that twice. So fair is fair. Now he gets hit and crit and stunned, everything. He gets the whole full thing. So I guess it's, this guy's kind of tired of the jester laughing at him. Okay, that's fine. We have dodged that twice, so we've been very fortunate. Now you are craving. Okay, now we really need blood. We'll remove some stress here. The crit's nice. And then I'm just gonna try to kill him. I think he bleeds out though from this. He does. So that's nice because we can take some extra time to heal up here. We'll heal you. Yeah, the bounty hunter is very cool for that, and we will certainly see that at some point. We haven't yet because we haven't had need for it. Basically, what it comes down to is this.
The blood quickens.
The bounty hunter's really good at, like, higher tier missions. Like, once you start to get to enemies that actually, you need to focus on, let's say, bringing items that decrease the resistance, or bringing items that increase your chance of debuffing, and not bringing items that deal raw damage, then it comes down to like, okay, I need to be able to get my extra damage in other ways. And yes, the bounty hunter does. We haven't really talked a lot about camping skills because it hasn't been needed yet. The camping skills are incredible. There's some characters that have really good camping skills, like the bounty hunter, man-at-arms. The man-at-arms, I think his are the best in the game. They're disgusting. There are a few other really good ones. I think that the Musketeer has some really good ones, like Marching Plan, and Clean Musket's fine, but Marching Plan, giving everybody extra speed is really good. Healing everybody triage is kind of neat. Just healing everybody outside of battle is pretty cool. Speaking of the Man-at-Arms, we can probably take this. Nobody's bleeding. Oh, we can take this still. We got stacks for 6. That's nice. Alright. We're doing just fine right now. I do need some blood, but we're doing just fine. Let's see what we see here.
A hideous mutation. Unnatural and abhorrent.
Okay, okay. I did not expect there to be a crocodilian. I just casually walked in on a crocodilian. Okay. So, this is the boss here, basically, at this location. Wow. I need to use the blood on him. And then we're going to use revenge on the crocodilian. Can I not hit him? Why can't I hit him? Oh, you don't target your enemy, he targets himself. Alright. And then here, we're going to just start spamming, because he can't reach yet. He's still in slot 4. We're going to start spamming dance. Or the clown banjo abilities here. Get ready to start hitting this guy hard. That doesn't look like the Baron. No, it's not. It's just it's a mini Baron before the real Baron. Alright, let's start marking this guy. We're going to start needing to do damage to this guy as fast as possible. 150 health is not good. Teeth rake. Yep, a lot of damage. Blowing him to the front's not a big deal. I don't care about that. Alright, so he can't hit him, and that's a problem, right? He doesn't have the range to hit, which is a problem. So we're going to have to waste some time healing and de-stressing. It's not the best use of this character. This character's not really the best at... Neither of these characters are good against fighting against the crocodilian, but that's okay. We're also going to remove any real chance of taking any additional damage from this guy here. We're going to give him resistances and mark him. And then we'll start trying to bleed. Have him start getting some stacks on. Oh, he dodged it. Alright, start shooting him. Solid.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
I have to take this time to heal her, because I can't let her die. Yep. Oh, come on, dude. 2 crits in a row?
About to break.
Get out of here, Lucky. Just insane. Stop bleeding me. Wild. 220 crits in a row.
Teetering
Just
on the
ridiculous.
brink, facing the abyss.
She has to heal herself because I can't take a chance she just dies from a random hit. That's fine. Is more protection. He heals off this. I don't know if I can beat this guy. I really don't even know if I can. I honestly don't know. We can't hit him. He's too far away. And he hasn't moved forward with his abilities yet. Although his next ability is going to move him forward. He's going to hit us for a lot, though. It's just brutal, man. He got... Oh, my God. Leave her alone, dude.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
What am I supposed to do against that? He's hit her like 7 times. Get out of here, dude. I'm good. Now we just lost an item, which sucks, but I'm not interested. I'm out. That's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna stop there. I can't.
Do not ruminate on this fleeting failure. The campaign is long, and victory will come.
I like how the guy's giving us like a pep talk because he knows that was brutal. All right. Bloodthirsty sucks. Tuckered out's trash. Cove Tactician's weird. Night Owl. Night Owl doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we need to get rid of some of those things. We kind of expected that, though, because we talked about this a little bit, right? We knew that, realistically, we were going to have to fight at some point, fight against some kind of a boss coming up. I just didn't expect that we were going to get cheesed.
And the pistol. A fitting end to my folly.
So I think now we're probably going to
curse upon us all.
I love this narrator, but it does suck sometimes because he uses, like, what do you call it? Intentional spacing in his speaking to, like, draw dramatic pauses, which works horribly with me just kind of chatting, because then he'll just, like, talk, and then he'll stop. And then he'll continue to talk, and it's just like, okay. Sometimes he talks over. But yeah, that situation was kind of awful because in that particular case, she was like going to be our primary damage dealer until the other two guys took over for it. But the game, I don't know if the game is designed that way or not. I actually haven't been able to figure that out, but it feels that way sometimes. But I don't know if that's frustration and combined with confirmation bias. But there, like that situation, like she got hit and then she got hit and then she got hit, and it was like, okay, what do I do? Like she got hit once, I tried to heal her. She got hit again, I tried to heal her again. Then she got raked and then bled and then she just died. I was like, okay, like I mean, what do you do, right? Like, cool. So it was one of the situations where we were already in a pickle because I had two frontliners that deal a lot of damage to the frontliners, and then they happened to throw the crocodilian at us. I was like, well, you know, what can you do here? I didn't know the crocodilian was coming up, so that's fine. I did lose the ancestral candle, I think, which really sucks. But I wasn't going to lose any more characters there. Yeah, so we lost the ancestral candle there. But the upside is the ancestral candle's not gone. It's just lost for now. We can eventually get it back if we go, and that'll be a great opportunity for us to go later on and fight against the old crow, whatever his name is, which we talked about in a previous episode, but we didn't fight against yet. We are very close to getting these portraits. I'm interested in going to bring. Do we have any more? I think we've lost 3 people with the Crimson Curse by going to that courtyard over and over and over again, which is funny. But I think we're in a good spot now to kind of go and just do a mission at not the actual Crimson Courtyard, but I might just go do a lower level mission there, just so get some more wine. When I say wine, I mean blood, because we need it now, but we need less than we've needed, which is great. I mean, there's always upsides and downsides to this whole thing, right? While we did lose people here, okay, I just want to select a person. Just let me put it in the party. Something that I don't like about this game, I understand why it's there, but I'd rather the game warn me when I try to start the mission rather than tell me no when I'm trying to assemble my party. When I try to put this guy in here, he'll be like, it's a green mission. If I try to put him in here, he'll be like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm like, just get in the party, do what I say, and then I will select the mission I want to do afterwards. You don't have to tell me you won't do the mission and just troll me. I understand you won't do lower tier missions. Probably one of the more annoying things in general about the game. But as far as like characters I want to bring with this though, if I was going to go do this mission, a lower tier, I have to bring people that are like level 1 or level 0, which sucks because all my guys are like level 3s. I don't think I have a lot of level 2s left over, so we'd have to bring. I have 1 here. So this would be a good opportunity to kind of like work on the freshman class, the lower class of guys here, kind of level them up a little bit. But the reason I'd be thinking about doing this is because I need to eventually get some blood. We aren't really in a position yet to kind of trivialize the blood minigame, because at some point you can kind of do it if you get the sanguine vintners, which I guess is like vintage. It's like the job that is associated with like making wine, like a vintner. I've never heard that word before, but that makes sense. Or maybe vintners is the building. I've never heard that word before, so I'm kind of an uncultured small town swine. So, but yeah, looking at this though, the busts and stuff. Yeah, this is just a lot of busts. We're nowhere close to this, so we cannot ignore this minigame right now. We don't have any real way of getting to the point where we can just get a lot of blood really quickly. But one upside is we just lost 3 of our 6 people that actually have the bloodlust craving, so that's nice. So if I just throw a person on the team here, start this mission, fake start it, and then look and see, we've got no blood. Yeah, we have to go do a mission because we can't take a chance that people are just going to die out. We got to go. So we're going to leave these guys behind and go do a mission. Now, I've never checked this. I hope this isn't how it works. I hope that when we come back home, the blood we bring home can be used by the characters when we bring it home. And it's not one of those things where it checks to see if we have blood at the beginning of the week, and if we don't, the character dies because we didn't have blood when we took off. Because it would suck that if I go get all this blood, come back home, and a few of our guys are craving when we get back, they just died because they didn't have any blood while they were gone. We're going to find out, but Renee would be the only one that would die if that's the case. I hope not, but we're going to find out. It's going to be a good little test of how that minigame works. We are certainly going to bring as many people as we can that bleed here to this mission, which is nice. We've got a whole new crew of people to think about here. Monte Crew is going to be, or Monsieu, not Monte Crew. Monsieu is going to be our go-to here. Unholy Hater's essentially irrelevant, but Warrior of the Light's good. Warrior of the Light's really good in these missions, remember, because it's considered light at all times. We'll certainly bring this chick because she can bleed people, even though she doesn't have the ability unlocked. We can select if it bleeds. Backline wise, I mean, we can bring Botan. This Botan also has. Oh yeah, he could be our frontliner. One of them. He has open vein. We could just have him be up front if we wanted to. he can also be back and just use pistol shot, and then if he gets moved to the front, that's fine. We can just bring this comp. And then bring a healer. I'd be okay with doing that. Quick draw, quick draw. Fear of Eldritch and Fear of Beasts. We're going to bring her for now, because I'm okay with losing her. If we do lose someone, if she gets the blood, or I'm sorry, if she gets the Crimson Curse, I don't really care too much because I already don't like her abilities. Stout is very mediocre. Quick Draw is okay and not great on a class who doesn't care about how fast she goes. She's a healer, not a damage healer. And then Fear of Eldritch and Fear of Beasts are bad. I only picked her because we just have not really rolled very good Vestals in general. She's okay. Yips is terrible. Germaphobes, mediocre. Quick Draw's fine. Again, I don't know why we're rolling Quick Draw on every Vestal. That's the third Vestal we've had with Quick Draw. I'd rather see that roll on any other class. Even like the Occultist, because the Occultist, if he goes Quick Draw, then he gets to go first. He can start the mission off, or the fight off, by immediately removing the protection from a tank so that the other guys can just waylay on that guy. But having the healer have that is very strange. Well, not very strange, but just not as useful. Will the Crocodilian be in the same room the next time that you're invited? Yes. Sorry, I guess I didn't see that you were still in the chat chatting about that. Sorry, I guess I gotta, after what just happened there, my brain kind of just went on to like triage mode, like thinking about how to escape and stuff, and I wasn't really thinking too much. But yeah, Cole, will the Crocodilian be in the same room the next time? Yes. So when we go back there, we're going to be prepared. But that's actually kind of what I was trying to do the very first few episodes. In one of the first episodes, we went to the courtyard, and I knew where the Crocodilian was. I was like, we'll come back and we'll fight against it. And I came back, and the whole mission restarted. And I was like, what? Why is it restarting the whole mission? That's not how this mission works. And I forgot, the very first mission on the Crimson Courtyard doesn't work that way for some reason. And then after that, it's like it trains you that it's a regular mission, that, you know, a mission that you walk through or whatever, but it trains you that's like, okay, you go through that first mission, it's actually a static map that is the same map even if you leave the first mission, the very first mission on the Crimson Courtyard. It doesn't require an invitation by the Baron, though. But if you go to that mission and you do just a regular fight there, and then you leave ahead of time, I would assume that you could just come back. But it doesn't technically give you the epic courtyard mission prompt or whatever to let you know you could come back. So it actually restarted us, and in that specific case, precognition, or what do you want to say, my own understanding of like previous experience on that game, or on this game, actually worked against us. Because I went into that mission thinking, okay, we're going to be fine, we're going to take out this guy, have no problem at all, because we're going to start immediately on that. And then we were like, oh. But also, that was everybody was level 2. All of our guys, in this case, you can see what I'm talking about when I say you need to be leveled to the enemies. That Crocodilian, we just went in there with 4 level 3 guys. Our guys can be level 4 when they do that mission, because it's a tier 3 veteran mission. So we need to bring level 4 to that mission so that we're prepared to deal with the Crocodilian. That's something I need to think about a little bit more when I go in there. But what I think I'm going to do is just kind of set ourselves up for success in the next fight by either kind of like creating a solid tier of 4 guys that are all power level, mission critical, like they're all like level 4, or I'm going to make sure that who I have with me all have huge amounts of damage they can deal, so I can just bring one Vestal, 3 damage dealers, and we're just going to beat him to a pulp. Because there are like 2 people who I think of when I go against a Crocodilian immediately that I want to bring against every Crocodilian fight. My first person in my brain I want to bring every time I see the Crocodilian is the Beastmaster, or the Houndmaster. Houndmaster just absolutely evaporates him, because he can just hound rush, and the dog's just constantly attacking this thing. It doesn't matter where he's at, the dog hits, and the dog bleeds him, and just keeps stacking bleeds. Then on top of that, you've got the other character who I'm really a big fan of on that level is the Hellion. I almost said Shieldbreaker. The Hellion. Hellion is insane on the mission because she can start the mission off by immediately, using the Swan ability and just hitting him in the back line, just slapping him in the face real quick, and then you can just start stacking damage, because this Iron Swan ability you can hit for an enormous amount at the start of the fight, just blow them away. I didn't realize how good this character was. Quick reflexes and winded. When I picked her up earlier, I probably did. I don't even know if I noticed that. Damage skills is literally irrelevant. But quick reflexes we love. Winded is great. Promising. That's good. What does everybody else have here? Phetomania is great. Yips is awful. Fear of Unholy is bad, but not nearly as bad as the Yips. Evasive's cute, but like +5 dodge. I really think as a quirk, this should have been like +8, maybe +10 even. Just not that great. Yeah. But yes, the crocodilian will be back in that same spot. The next time we go back, we will be ready. We will not play with him. Next time we will just evaporate him. We would have been okay if it wasn't for the fact that as soon as we walked in there, like, it was like, oh, the comp that we have has 2 frontliners that only deal with the 2 frontline spots. I was like, man, cheese. And you'd be like, well, that's just a problem with the comp that you chose. It's like, yeah, I guess. But at the same time, it was kind of a feels bad situation because if we had brought that exact comp the other 2 times, we would have been actually we were fine the first time we went through there with that. The reason that happened is because we didn't have the flagellant. The flagellant would have been fine against him, right? Because he would have been able to hit him with like the whip slash in the back, slapped him with the rain of sorrows or whatever it's called, and been just fine. And after a few rounds, would have just been like hitting him for a lot, and then max like crit healing, and then keeping the people on the that are on death's door back up, and then just max those huge amounts of damage that are dealt to a character don't really matter if you have a persistent way of healing. And the thing is the flagellant's pretty good at keeping people on death's door alive for a little longer than they should be because of that ability to like reclaim heal, because it's like, okay, the crocodile hits you for 800, great. Reclaim for 2 health. You're not on death's door anymore. You survive and you can focus on the job, which is killing. And then once you get through them, then you can kind of recover after the fight's over. But I don't know. We will see what happens. All right, from here, I'm going to just go ahead and bring, again, these guys are probably all going to end up with the Crimson Curse. But I have to bring them. I need to start getting blood. It's awful, but I need to. Although it's ironic here, I do get to bring the item. Or did she have that on her? No, I just haven't. Have I sorted? Unequipped all the trinkets. Sort them. Did she have the salve? Dude, I think she had the salve on her. No, there it is. I'm just blind. Alright, dismiss his head. We're just going to have this guy hit for a lot. And then I guess I can make her bleed. Or maybe I could actually give her... See, I'd love to give her the legendary bracer if I could. Maybe I'll give her the salve. And then give him anything else. Less stress because he has dismiss his head seems reasonable. And give her, I guess, sure. Oh, no. He should be rolling with surgical gloves because he can be knocked to the back and then switched. We'll give you plus crit, plus 5% stress. Plus crit's fine. It's not exciting, but I don't want to give him the flash fire gunpowder because then if he gets moved to the front slot, then he doesn't get any value out of the item. That feels bad. There's not really any other good items on him. Crit skills would be cool if he was up at the front, but he's not. I'm just going to give him dodge abilities. I want to maximize dodge here as much as possible because I'd love to be able to get out of here without having every single person on my team have the Crimson Curse if possible. I don't know. Maybe I'll give him a scouting guide here. And then I'll give her something extra to help us heal if I can. We do have the old Sacred Scroll, which is obviously the go-to here. Is there anything else I'd like to give her? Something that removes stress would be great. Yeah, that'll be fine. This mission is going to be massively less terrifying than some of the stuff we've been seeing so far. All right. And then otherwise, I think we're good. One downside about her is she doesn't actually have Divine Comfort to heal the whole team, so we need to go get that real quick. Buy that for her. Divine Comfort is just so good, especially considering I'm increasing my healing across every character. Prescott. Is that who I'm bringing with me? That's not even the right character. Malili is her name. Give her that one. It's a lot of money. And we're almost out of money. Yeah, we didn't get any money for that mission either. That sucks too. Well, luckily this mission is not going to be that expensive. Look at this, the Dazzling Mirror. Plus 4 speed against bloodsuckers. Plus 20% chance to stun bloodsuckers. That looks like a good item. That'd be nice to have that. Put that on the old frontline Reynold or like one of our Crusaders. And just infinitely stun that. Yeah, that would be all awesome. The problem is you can't rely on it because you don't know for sure if you're going to be able to reach. Yeah, you can see against the crocodilian, the leper and the Crusader are shown to be a lot weaker than they might seem at first because they cannot deal with the backline at all. They can't do anything with the backline. I had set myself up as much as possible by using all the abilities that decrease the amount of damage that the leper was going to deal, increase the amount of damage he would deal afterwards and all that. And I was setting him up for just huge amounts of damage if then the enemy was going to get near. But we just got absolutely cheesed by having the Musketeer get attacked and get attacked and get attacked. The Musketeer hit, she started the round off by marking the Crocodilian and then hit for 18. And then after that, she got hit, and then she got hit, and I healed her, and then she got hit again, critted, dropped to 0, blood stat, died. First check on Death's Door. It was just like, I don't know, the Crocodilian got hit for 18, and then afterwards he just went on a tirade, was just angry at that character and decided to only focus her down afterwards. Which, if that's actually built into the game, more power to the designer of the game to actually have like a kind of a, what do you want to call it, like a nemesis system or whatever. The character's angry at you. That'd be funny if that's how that works. Yeah, and the reason I'm also bringing all these low-level guys is because if any of these guys get lost at 0, I don't really care. This is more of like not a suicide mission, but an extended, like, you know, the Suicide Squad. It's a group of guys who, if I lose them, I don't really care. When I say lose them, I'm not going to lose them. What I mean is if I have to release them from their, like, you know, their roster list because they all have the Crimson Curse, I'm not super disappointed. Actually, we have more guys that we should look at here. Hot to Trot's good. Gifted's bad, Scattering's bad, especially on this character. Less damage to range skills, no, I'm good. All these are pretty mediocre. Manslayer's funny, but not really the greatest. This, I'm gonna take Crayon, though. Crayon. I'm gonna take Crayon here with us because his name is literally like Crayon. That's such a weird name. Crayon. I'm going to take him with us because he's level 1 and he has all his abilities already unlocked. That's pretty good. But I'm not going to take him with us today because I don't want him to get hit with the Crimson Curse. But the Hot to Trot's really good on this class. This is like the go-to, the perfect class to have Hot to Trot on. Because this guy crits, like everybody he has, like has a crit modifier, 8.5%, 6%, 6%. Minus 8% on this, but this is because it hits 3 targets, so that's fair. This one crit 6%. This one crits for 1%, but this one, you know, is repost, and he increases his crit on his repost. Like, Hot to Trot is great on him. Really good. Extra crit, extra damage first. Like, you know, you can start the fight off by just absolutely waylaying, destroying somebody before they even get a chance to get started.
Elusive, evasive, persistent.
Righteous traits for a rogue.
That's what we have to be as well after those missions. That's why it's so funny. It's like, yeah, one step forward, 2 steps back. It feels so bad that we just lost that mission. We got absolutely obliterated in that last one. But I mean, honestly, like, what did we really lose? We lost our Musketeer, and then we got more people to bring home with us. Remember, people are resources. It feels bad, but it's like, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. But we aren't in a terrible spot. The real bottleneck in the short term right now is blood. We need to make sure that we re-provision for blood right now. All right, let's get in there with what our team is. We don't have a lot of money, so we kind of have to be a little bit tight on money this time. We'll bring our 8 food, but nothing more. A few shovels is fine. Maybe 3 if we can afford it. Probably not. We might have to shave that down. Maybe a few of these. After that, holy water, I might bring 1. Bandages, I'll bring 3. I won't bring any anti-venom. And then after that, torches, I can just ignore. Because on this mission, you know, that increases your accuracy, but I don't really care that much, right? We're pretty accurate anyway. Most of our characters usually hit anyway. I'm going to say that and we're going to miss on everything. But what I'm saying is, all the torches do on this mission is it increases your accuracy. So yes, I'm missing medicinal herbs. Yes, I'm missing anti-venom. I'm not really that bothered by it. We've got a healer. So we're going to be okay. Oh, I do want to do this though. Switch from Maze Bash over here to Divine Comfort. I'm glad I checked that last second. Ooh, I forgot to grab if it bleeds. That's going to be okay. She can just use Iron Swan and take up the backline. We're okay. We don't necessarily need that. And she also has Adrenaline Rush, which is great, too. If she gets to low, she can heal. Yeah, this is okay. If it bleeds, it's great on this location, but this character is just great anywhere where the Crimson Curse is. She absolutely hates Crimson Curse people. She has bleed abilities. She does a lot of damage. She can cure bleed and blight in case the little head crab guys that I said I was going to learn their name, but apparently I still haven't. If they can apply blight and bleed, she can remove them both simultaneously. Yeah, she's pretty good at this mission. I like her a lot. Let's go. Oh, Sinless doesn't have access to the backline. We're really going to have to rely on her. That's a good thing to know. We're going to have to constantly spam Iron Swan with her so she can focus on the back while he focuses on the front. And then you will focus on what? You can hit second person. You can also hit third person. Yeah, that's okay. We got our positions. Everybody knows what the role is. I'm glad I caught that, because I usually think, when I think of the Flagellant, I usually think of using Rain of Sorrows and just hitting the back line and just bleeding out the back too. So he doesn't have that this round. We didn't have the money. All right, we're gonna run through here and just try to grab as much blood as we can. Whatever happens, happens. Yep. Kill him as fast as possible. Switching him around is annoying. Yep. All right. Get to the front, bro. You see what I'm talking about? He got switched around. He doesn't even care. He's back at the front right now. We'll try to stun this guy, because he's got no stun resist. Great. Yep. Yep, we said it was going to happen. That's how it works. You just get infected by the blood, the bleed stuff, or I guess the blood right away. And it happens. Take this guy out.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Sure.
A singular strike.
Oh, he's dead. That's good. I just did that just to see if I got a crit heal or something like that, because really, we're out of here already. I'm just looking for crit heals, just for extra stress relief. The blood, it's good. What we need. That's why we're
Seize
here.
this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
But I wouldn't pay to get these guys to stop interacting with these curios for me. All right, get in the next room. Let's go. All right, so here we now need to use. I think the winemaker's reserves. It says bottles of blood disguised as wine. I think you can just grab them, and you always get blood out of it. Yeah, 3 blood. That's a lot of blood. Totally worth it. Oh, he left this one for us. Good. 1 single jade. You can definitely feel the difference in the of what the resources are that you gain on low-level missions versus higher tier missions. We're getting a pittance of actual item drops here, which is normal. That's how it works. We're in a lower tier enemy now, lower tier location now. What do we get here? A map's nice here. Mapped out the entire location. There's only 2 more battles in this whole mission. That is insane. Well, I guess technically the last 2 rooms are not scouted. I'm gonna walk in this room just to see what this thing is. Oh, winemaker's reserves. Yep. Take him. And we're gonna back up. Look how much blood we have. Like, that's why you don't grab blood in your normal missions or worry about it, because you can always go grab blood later. I'm going back through. I'm intentionally gonna fight everything. Is this the rest of the... We just finished the mission. Wait, what? Oh, that wasn't a normal one. That's a special one. I gotta remember that. Sometimes they're different. I wish they didn't use the same picture for that, but that's a different one. That wasn't a winemaker's reserve. I think it was a different kind of thing. Alright, so she's obviously terrible against these guys because she can't stun them, and we have all full heal. So, again, this is why quick draw is awful on this class. She can't heal anybody because everybody's got full health. She can't stun anybody because these guys have 8,000 stun resist. It's just a useless class to go first. So I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a crit heal, but probably not, like we just saw. Okay, that's crazy. Just kill him.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, that's fine. Attack her all you want. She's already got the Crimson Curse. I don't care about that. Bleed him out. Sure. Yep. Okay, nice. I'm always like, because I'm worried about them getting the Crimson Curse.
Their formation is broken.
Love to see that.
Maintain
The crit was
the
nice too.
offensive.
One thing that's often forgotten about in this game, which you wouldn't know this unless somebody told you this, or unless you were really keen on paying attention, when you crit, it clears the body. So bodies, usually whenever you kill an enemy, they just die. An enemy will just die, and their body will lay there afterwards. But if you crit them, then they...
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
If you crit them, they die instantly. Well, okay. If they crit, die. If you kill them from a crit. There's so many ways I could have said that were better than that. If an enemy dies as a result of a crit attack, their body is instantly cleared. That's said early in the game, but it's not, like, emphasized anywhere. You just kind of have to remember it. if they bleed or they blight die, if they die from a bleed or blight tick, then they also get their body cleared. But crit is the main way to, like, you know, just clear a body instantly. Tyrant's Fingerbow. This is nice. To find just a random Crimson Core only item, that's a really nice drop. Plus 3 speed if the character's in position 1 on the Jester. Plus 20 dodge if the person is in position 1. Okay. Heh. The last laugh is mine. Plus 33% stress skills when camping. Okay, so that part's a whatever. But the first 2 abilities are actually really cool. Having the Jester in the front slot is actually hilarious because you can do some goofy things with extra 20 dodge. You can have everybody just pile on have the Jester basically just stand there and be like, attack me, attack me. And he's just like this, and he's dodging every single attack they throw at him. It's actually pretty funny. Alright, so he's going to take a little bit of blight. I'm not really that worried about it. I don't care that much. Okay, pretty quiet here. This is the very start of the mission. We should have expected that. We're about to take apart this trap here. Hunger check is fine. Don't really care about that. Alright, take apart this incredibly hidden trap compared to most of the missions. We're going to walk out here with 7 blood. That's going to be real good. And we've also been very fortunate we haven't run into any more enemies, which is good for us. Because it means that we have less people that get affected by the Crimson Curse. We did get 1 person, but it's not that big a deal. I might even actually use the blood on her 1 time. We've never done this yet. But I'm telling you, I think this character, look, she's got the same waning, wasting look that our characters have whenever they're desperate for blood. So the obvious thing here would be to give her blood. Because she's thirsty. And she gives us some random items. And this is the perfect mission to take these, because this mission, the lower quality missions, or I want to say like the lower length missions, the lower difficulty, this is where you don't walk out with a bunch of filled slots, so you pick these items up when you can. Alright, Redemption Armlet, common, plus 15% damage if in position 1. It's okay. Minus 3% virtue chance. This is awesome. This is a great thing to get on an early leper. That's great. Camper's Helmet, plus 20% stress heal received while camping. Okay. Plus 10% scouting chance. Weird. We already know that the movestone's bad. Move resist in this game in general, I'm just not impressed by. I think it's just kind of mediocre. Okay, this is the last. Okay, the Winemaker's Reserves. So this is the end of the mission. Grab this.
Gold, trinkets, and baubles. Paid for in blood.
I'm going to continue and press it because I want to just get as many things as we can. We've already beat the mission. But we might quit before we get to that last fight if I feel like it. Overall, pretty successful and very, what you call, uneventful mission here. I'm okay with that, though. Honestly, after the last few missions, we've been super stressed the last few. Okay, got another person I can get blood to. I'm cool with that. Walk out here with some other random extra items here. Sure, a blight charm, I guess. And I guess a bleed stone. I think we sold a lot of these things, so that's kind of funny. Sure. Oh, actually, place the money. 50 gold. Look at all these random, just haphazard, like, just whatever items that we're picking up. Compared to the previous missions we've been on, these are like, this is like finding nothing. Oh, and a treasure room? Yeah. Alright, so this is worth it. Walk out and see what this is. Oh yeah, this is a blood altar thing. So we interact with this, and we use our holy water to get rid of some stress. Yeah, 30 stress relief, that's great. Also clears a slot in our inventory. All the one downside of what we just did is, oh, this guy just randomly gained stress back. Where did that come from? We don't have any torches. We didn't bring any this time. This guy can remove this single trap. Got a fight coming up here. That's okay. We're walking towards it willingly. Sure. We want that treasure room. Get as much value out of each mission as we can. Do we run the risk of getting the Crimson Curse? Yes, but there's a chance that we don't. Actually, we got very lucky, and these enemies don't infect. These enemies, it's funny. These are just regular enemies. They don't give you the Crimson Curse, so that's funny.
Another one falls.
In terms of missions, this is pretty tame.
Back to the pit.
Enemies to fight against. Sure. 2. Not a lot to fear here. Alright, Spider. And then he gets 2 attacks in. Okay, dude. He got his licks in. You got it, dude. You inflicted maximal damage. Let's remove that. Just ignore that. Everybody else can take care of you. Let's remove some stress from someone. Heal everybody real quick.
Soothed. Sedated.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
All right. Let's get in there, do this last fight. Oh, all spiders too. Nobody else gets infected. This is fantastic. What a nice way for this mission to end on us after all of that. How many actual enemies did we even fight that had the Crimson Curse? We must be on the outskirts of the courtyard. Not really in the courtyard here, huh? We're seeing nothing enemy-wise. My mage are on fire.
Executed with impunity.
Yup. And then he should just bleed out, right? Oh yeah, he's just dead.
A death by inches.
All right, second chance here, Mr. Spider. Let's see if you can take us. All right.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
We eat the food because we're leaving. We grab this. We leave. We immediately open this.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Now we replace the bandages with the single portrait. Get out of here. Yeah, that went well. Simple mission, but that's the whole point. You know, sometimes you gotta go back to the lower levels and work on your lower classes and start building your foundation back up, because we have been really pushing those middle tier enemies a lot. And, you know, it's not... That's one of the things I love about this game. Like, the lower tier enemies, they don't provide as much value, but they provide fair value for the level of difficulty, and the enemies that are there, you go back, and that still presented a threat. It just wasn't as existential as the crocodilian was. And it still feels fun, still feels engaging, and it still gives us, like, a little bit of resources. We just gained 5,000. That's enough for another provision, another mission, and we aren't, like, now... just out of money. We can actually reasonably go back in. So that was pretty good. See what we rolled. Nervous Bleeder is not good on a character. No, that's bad. And then Cove Adventure is also bad on this character because it's not bad. It's a positive quirk, but it's not useful. We're not going to bring him with bring this guy to the Cove ever, because the Cove enemies are weak against blight and resistant to bleed, so we're not going to bring a primary bleeder guy. So Nervous Bleeder is also bad on them because, he bleeds himself even sometimes. It's just bad. Cove Scrounger, whatever. Baiting is awful. One of the worst quirks you can roll in the game. So she's really not having a good time here. That's okay. As we said, she's expendable. She's level 0 character.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
Now, we were very close to... I think it's 50 portraits that I said we needed in order to unlock the bank. Where's that at? I'm blind? Oh, it's right there. I am blind. Yeah, we're also out of money. We can't get this at all. So we need to go spend some time developing our lower level guys and kind of build up that money again here. What do we got here? Gothic's bad, weak grip is bad. Less crit on melee skills is terrible. Not a fan. Big Blood is good, especially in this character, because this class actually is super resistant to blight already. This is just base. For whatever reason, the leper just has more resistance to blight. So this guy's never going to take any blight at all. He's going to have huge amounts of base resistance against it. He's very severely weak against bleed, which is whatever. We could always just give him an item that removes bleed resistance. Why do we keep getting hit by the yips? I think the yips is the most common bad quirk I've seen, and it's one of the worst ones. I think everybody has it. Why? Unyielding is interesting. Unyielding is great on a few classes, but generally speaking, I don't love it, because I'm essentially saying that I want my character to survive a death check, and I don't want my guys to be even at the death check. I'd like to avoid that if possible. Not that great. Unholy Slayer's fine. This character doesn't have a preference on where she goes. She's kind of okay pretty much everywhere. Let me actually step back. She does have a preference where she goes. She wants to go into the ruins, or she wants to go into the Cove because she can deal blight and she can do armor penetration. She's absolutely amazing at the Cove because her pierce ability just ignores the snails, ignores the big, not the pelagic grouper, but there's this weird like fat like squid looking guy with a shield that uses like octotesis or whatever the ability is, whatever it is, where he just slices people and then protects people and all that. She can ignore him, and she can also just outright kill the snail. She's great at that. She can also use Adder's Kiss, and she can use Captivate to just apply Blight to the enemies who are all already weak to Blight. For the same reason what I just described, she's also good at the Ruins because she can apply all this Blight. At the Ruins, there's not as many guys with armor, but as the levels go higher, she's always serviceable because she can still hit despite that, because enemies will just gain more protection naturally as the game gets harder. So she's good at those locations. So Unholy Slayer is actually pretty okay on her. She'll do really well at those locations. But she's already pretty accurate anyway. I don't know. She is level 0. I don't know. Fine. Scientific is whatever. Anemic, we don't like. Minus 10% bleed resist. I don't like that at all. I'd like to get rid of that. Do I want to take her? Maybe. We will see. I might consider her. As far as the other characters are concerned, I don't really like any of these guys. But I'm not going to worry about that decision right now. I'm actually going to take a break. Or at least get off for a little while here. Played quite a bit, so yeah. But anyway, I'm going to stop here for right now. Maybe for the night as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give my outro. And yeah. Thanks for watching if you're watching the full VOD. So, alright. That's it for tonight. I appreciate you watching my video here, and if you would like to see content that's like this, long form or short form with edits, whatever you want to see, you can head over to the Blue Titan Gaming to watch short form content with highly edited video, very tightly edited highlights or shorts. And if you want to see longer form content where I'm kind of chatting, thinking about things, you know, unedited, my thoughts about what's happening in the game, you know, just the behind the scenes and kind of gets to know me better, you can watch the Blue Titan Gaming VODs over on that other channel. You'll know that you're at the right place because both of them have the same icon, but the Blue Titan Gaming has the word gaming at the bottom. The Blue Titan VODs has the VODs at the bottom, right? But yeah, anyway, we had a really good time here today. It was there was a few setbacks, a few good things that happened, but we made it almost through the Crimson Courtyard to get to the Baron, I think. I don't know, maybe not. I'm not even sure who we're really fighting at this mission. I'm not actually sure if we're even fighting the Baron at this location because it's the Baron's invitation. But I don't know if that means that we're fighting the Baron, or if it's like the Baron's in charge of the whole estate. It might not even be the Baron as the boss there. I don't know. But the real boss is the Crocodilian, and he got us this time. So hopefully next time we can come back and, you know, we've had our licks. The Crocodilian has been probably our biggest nemesis in this playthrough so far. So, but yeah, I've already kind of given that outro a few times, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks again for your time. I appreciate you being here, and until next time, bring some torches and make sure that you're prepared for fighting a Crocodilian, because, dude, I got slapped by that guy, and I'd like to get my revenge. I'm kind of already chomping at the bit to go beat that guy. That irritated me so much. Anyway, thanks for your time again. Until next time, I'm the Blue Titan. Bye.